それでは、ただいまより日印ビデオ会議、インド南部州における投資機会を開始いたします。はじめに、駐日インド大使、サンジャイ・クマール・バルマより、開会と歓迎のご挨拶を申し上げます。First, I would like to request Mr. Sanjay Kumar Verma, Ambassador of India to Japan, to give the welcome and opening remarks.
Thank you very much for the introduction. Friends, ladies and gentlemen, we are very glad that we have very senior level representation from the central government in India as well as from the state governments. We are very fortunate to have someone who has interacted with Japan earlier as well in his capacity to promote investment from Japan to India, Shri Shailendra Singh, who is Assistant Minister or Additional Secretary in DPIIT. We have very senior officials from various state governments in the southern part of India. We have excellent representation from the Japanese industry and possible partners. Thank you very much for joining this webinar, and I'm so glad to see you all here. India and Japan are especially strategic and global partners. Our bilateral relationship have remarkably transformed over last 2 decades. Increased cross-border business collaborations are imperative for a prosperous and stable Indo-Pacific region. India and Japan, Asia's 2 major democracies, are natural partners with vast economic complementarities. The first thing which comes to my mind when a business discussion takes place is the culture of doing business. So unless we are aware of each other's cultural sensitivities and the way of doing business, it will be very difficult for the 2 of us to actually do the business. And therefore, I will request the Indian officials, the Indian companies, the Japanese companies, all of them to understand each other's culture well, so as to have a fruitful business discussion with each other and look for creating a win-win platform by which you gain and India also gains through your gains. So thank you very much for taking your time out and being here. The Japanese business system follow minute management of operations. Indian business systems are more divergent, and therefore there are distributed responsibilities. There are several other things as well which needs to be understood, and I will request all of you to pay attention to the cultural aspect of doing business. Japan used to be the 3rd largest investor in India, but as per the statistics which came out last month, now it has slipped at the 4th rank, and Netherlands has overtaken Japan. Last year, which is the last financial year from April 2019 till March 2020, Japan and Japanese companies invested close to about $2.9 billion in India, taking its total to about $33.5 billion from the year 2000 till now. And it has a total share of the total Indian FDI inflow at 7%. We look forward to increase in the Japanese investment so that Japan can regain its position of previous years. In the present context, one knows that it is not very easy to find cross-border transactions, but I will urge both sides to start discussions. All these decisions take a couple of years to fructify, and therefore sooner we start the discussions on finding possibility of investment, better it is. If I look at the macro level in India, the major sectors getting maximum investment are service sectors, computer software and hardware, telecommunications, construction development, and automotive industry. But when I look at from the Japanese perspective, a few other industries could be included in this, which would be food processing, the machinery sector, the tools sector, IT hardware once again, biotech, auto component, etc. So those companies which are in these sectors will find opportunities in India, not only because of India's own strength, but also because your other clients are present in India, and therefore it will be easier for you to do business with your other clients while in India. As far as the total trade is concerned, all of us know that the last financial year had not been very kind globally, and we have also seen a dip, therefore, in the total business being done by between India and Japan as the trade. But we feel that it should be able to move up soon enough, as soon as the black clouds of COVID-19 are over. The Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement between India and Japan was signed in 2011, and its main purpose was to liberalize and facilitate trade, increase investment opportunities and investor protection, ensure protection of intellectual property rights, etc. While Japan's FDI in India and total volume of trade has increased over years, the trade deficit has widened to India's disadvantage, mainly attributed to non-tariff barriers in Japan. Market access to Indian goods have remained elusive. Trade and investment between the two countries have not been commensurate to their size and potential. Therefore, there is a need to leverage opportunities under the Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement and bolster trade between the two countries in a mutually beneficial economic partnership. We have to remember that we need to create win-win platform. Otherwise, slowly our interest in each other will dwindle. India has made a series of reforms over the years to make its business ecosystem more competitive. Our ease of doing business has substantially jumped from 130 about 2 years back to 63 now. India has also become one of the most liberal FDI regimes in the world, as more than 90% of the FDI approvals have been put on automatic route. A slew of reforms under the present fiscal package of self-reliant India cost worth about US $2.7 trillion. Also presents a lot of opportunities for participation by Indian and foreign partners, and Japan being one of the preferred partners. We would urge the Japanese companies to take the opportunity of additional expenditure, which will be coming into the Indian market of $2.7 trillion, and use it to your advantage and, of course, to the advantage of India. The current pandemic situation is likely to accelerate digital transformation initiative for business across the globe, as technology-led models become critical to create resilient supply chain post-COVID and reduce dependence on physical labor across transportation, logistics, warehousing. The relevance of core digital technologies for Industry 4.0, like IoT, blockchain, and artificial intelligence, of course, 5G and beyond, are expected to increase manifold. Many of these sectors are a strength for the Japanese industry and the Japanese research and development ecosystem. We have highly skilled manpower in many of these domains. Therefore, I would request our Japanese participants, Japanese audience, to take note of this and try to move forward for creation of better technology, more effective technologies, and more affordable technologies. India has been the largest recipient of Japan's ODA loan globally, and we are very thankful for that to the government of Japan. Let me assure you that all these ODA loans which have been going to India from Japan have been able to create an immense goodwill for Japan in India, but at the same time, it has been able to create way forward for the Japanese industry to enter the Indian market and Indian ecosystem as quickly as possible. Japan is an invaluable partner in India's Act East policy, And we do look forward to working with all of you and the government of Japan in third countries as well. The supply chain disruptions are known to all of us, what has happened in the recent quarter, last 4 to 5 months. And therefore, all of us realize, both at the leadership level and at levels, at the implementational levels, that it is extremely important to diversify both the regional and global supply chains. And therefore, I would offer India as one of the possible destinations for the Japanese companies who are desirous of expanding their supply chain or relocating their supply chain, or even those who are interested in diversifying their supply chain. India will welcome you with open arms. And if Embassy of India, as the first interface for all of you, would be able to assist you in any way, in giving you advice, in making available documentation, in putting you in touch with the right partners in India, in putting you in touch with the government officials in India, we'll be glad to do it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening patiently to me, and I hope that this would add value to the interactions which are going to follow now. Thank you very much.
駐日インド大使サンジェイ・クマール・パルマ大使によりますご挨拶の要約を申し上げます。本日のウェビナーにご参加いただきました皆様に感謝申し上げます。本日は日本とこれまでビジネスを介して交流してきた住田ダウラ女子をはじめインドの州政府の高官、そして日印企業の皆様にお集まりいただいております。本日のウェビナーによって対印投資が促進されるよう願っております。さて、インドと日本は特別戦略的グローバルパートナーシップで結ばれており、両国間には巨大な経済的補完性があります。両国のビジネスにおいて文化の違いが取引や投資の差分けとなることがあります。日本人は几帳面で組織的に動くことを好み、マイクロマネジメントを行い、リスクを嫌う姿勢、細部へのこだわりがあります。一方、インド人のやり方はやや緩く、場当たり的に見えるかもしれません。インドでは様々なレベルの人間の裁量に任せることがあります。適切な関係者がそういった文化的違いも踏まえて丁寧に支援することができれば、状況は大きく変わる可能性があります。今、インドで大型投資が流入している主要分野は、サービス業、コンピューターソフトウェア、ハードウェア、電気通信、貿易、建設開発と自動車です。両国の人口学的特性や補完性を生かせる他の分野もあります。インド政府が行ってきたビジネス環境改革が功を奏し、この2年間でインドのビジネスのしやすさランキングでの順位は130位から63位へと大幅に上昇しました。現在の新型コロナウイルス感染拡大を受け、デジタル化が世界中で加速しています。コロナ後のサプライチェーン構築のためにも、また運輸や流通などにおける人的労働への依存を減らすためにも、IoT、ブロックチェーン、AI など、インダストリー 4.0 のコアテクノロジーの重要性は増しています。この分野における日連携は未来の産業や社会、スマートシティの開発やサイバーと実世界の統合のために活用することができます。インド政府はデリー・ムンバイ産業大動脈、チェンナイ・バンガロール産業大動脈が通る9つの州に日本専用産業団地を建設するためのインセンティブを提供しています。アメリカの機関が3月に行った調査によれば、このコロナ禍により、企業の 75% が中国におけるサプライチェーンの障害を経験しました。多くの国がリスク回避のため、生産拠点とサプライチェーンの多角化を模索しています。巨大な市場、若い労働力、航空や貨物の接続性の良さを備えたインドは大きな可能性を持った投資先であると言えます。日本はこれまで互いの単位投資、また日本政府はインドに対し ODA を行ってまいりました。今後の単位投資の拡大に向け、在日インド大使館といたしましても、皆様に幅広い支援をしていきたいというふうに考えております。本日はご参加いただきありがとうございました。以上です。
Thank you, sir. 続きまして、インド商工省産業国内取引推進局次官補、住田ダウラ様及びインベストインディアジャパンデスクリード、アクリティ・バジャジ様より、メイキン・インディアと FDI の円滑化についてご講演いただきます。Next, I would like to request Ms. Smita Daura, Joint Secretary, DPIIT, and Ms. Akriti Bajaj, Japan Desk Lead, Invest India, to give the presentation on Making India and FDI Facilitation.
Good morning, His Excellency, the Ambassador of India in Japan, the company representatives attending the webinar, and our senior officials from the states. I'm Sumita Davra. I'm the Joint Secretary in the Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade in the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India. Thank you very much to the Embassy of India in Japan for organizing the webinar today for the South Indian states. I welcome all of you. Our resolve is to make the India-Japan partnership a win-win partnership. And the world is looking to India as the next manufacturing hub. And we are looking to Japan to strengthen and support us in this endeavor. On 8th of May 2020, the Honorable Minister of Commerce and Industry of the Government of India had a conversation with the Honorable Minister of Economy, Trade and Industry, METI, of the Government of Japan. And it was reiterated how India-Japan bilateral relations stand at an important juncture, and there is tremendous potential for growth and partnerships across a wide spectrum of areas. In the light of this pandemic, the partnership has potential to become one of the strongest pillars, not just for India-Japan bilateral relations, but also for the global economy in the coming years. The emergence of Japanese industrial townships in India remains one of the strongest demonstrations of our technical engagement. India has also been ranked as one of the most attractive investment destinations in the latest survey of Japanese manufacturing companies, which was conducted by the Japan Bank for International Cooperation. Under Make in India, we have prioritized certain manufacturing sectors, such as aerospace and defense, automotive and auto components, pharmaceuticals and medical devices, biotechnology, capital goods, textile and apparels, chemicals and petrochemicals, electronic system design and manufacturing, leather and footwear, food processing, gems and jewelry, shipping, railways, construction, new and renewable energy, to name a few. Specifically to provide a big push for Make in India in the defense sector, on 16th May 2020, India's Finance Minister announced raising the foreign direct investment, the FDI limit, in the defense sector under the automatic route from 49% to 74%. Separately, Invest India, which is India's National Investment Promotion and Facilitation Agency, and which is under the aegis of the Department for Industry and Internal Trade, they launched the Business Immunity Platform on 21st March 2020, and this platform is a comprehensive resource to help businesses and investors to get real-time updates and guidance on India's active response to the COVID-19 pandemic situation. In today's webinar, you will hear from 5 states of India, namely Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, and Kerala. Our honest submission is that the Japanese companies seriously consider India as the destination of choice to invest in and to diversify their regional supply chains. We hope that this meeting will provide you with specific information you need to be able to do business in India. I now request my colleague in Invest India to say a few words. Akriti, please.
Good afternoon to all. Thank you, ma'am, for the introduction. My name is Akriti Bajaj, and I lead the Japan desk at Invest India, which, as ma'am said, is the National Investment Promotion and Facilitation Agency of the Government of India, mandated to facilitate investments into India. It serves as the preferred point of reference for all investors considering investing in India. We have a dedicated Japan Plus desk, which is set up to facilitate investments and handhold all investors from Japan. The services provided by the Japan Plus desk includes end-to-end services right from business assessment, location advisory, policy advocacy, issue resolution to aftercare. Currently, we have around 8 members in our team with 1 representative from METI, Japan. We also have a memorandum of cooperation with JETRO, which was announced in 2018 to organize investment promotion activities and joint events. We post this memorandum of cooperation. We have hosted several joint events with JETRO in Japan and India. Currently, Invest India is facilitating around 40 Japanese companies' investment plans in India, and most of our companies right now are from auto sectors. Other sectors include healthcare, electronics, food processing, chemicals, and so on. Additionally, we have also handled 125 queries from Japanese investors from around 25 sectors. Moving on, as ma'am had mentioned, we, Invest India, set up a business immunity platform in March to work with investors in India to provide them 24/7 industry support even during the COVID-19 pandemic. This clearly elaborates India's long-term growth story, and it also emphasizes that our story is intact and we continue to support all growth plans in India. We also have around 12 dedicated Japanese industrial townships, which are spread across 9 states. These integrated industrial parks with ready-to-move-in facilities with world-class infrastructure, plug-and-play facilities, pre-approved licenses, investment incentives exclusive for Japanese companies. Some examples of these Japanese industrial townships are, one is in Mandal, which is in Gujarat, one is in one hub, Tamil Nadu. Similarly, there are around 10 more industrial townships which we would be happy to share with you after this presentation. We look forward to welcoming your business in India and are there to support you and your business plans going forward. Arigato gozaimasu.
インベストインディアのアクリティ・バジャジさんのプレゼンテーションの内容を申し上げます。インベストインディアはインド政府商工省直下の対員促進機関です。インドへの進出を希望される外国企業の皆様に進出先選定からパートナー企業の紹介といった支援サービスを提供しています。ジャパンプラスデスクは5名のインド人スタッフと日本の経済産業省から派遣されたスタッフ1名で構成されており、単位投資を牽引する日本企業に対し手厚い支援を提供しています。また、JETROと協力し、日本からの単位投資誘致イベントを共同開催しています。これまでに自動車産業、化学製品、消費品確保といった産業部門別投資誘致イベントを開催しております。現在、インベストインディアでは約40社の日系企業による単位投資案件を支援しています。投資対象部門は医療や電子機器、食品加工、さらに化学製品など多岐にわたります。新型コロナウイルス感染症の世界的拡大は世界中で経済活動を停滞させましたが、インドの長期的成長可能性は損なわれていません。今後も変わらず、インド進出を検討されている企業の皆様への支援、そして進出済みの企業の皆様による事業拡大支援を行ってまいります。インド政府は3月にビジネスイミュニティプラットフォームを開設し、インド国内で創業を続ける外国企業に対し、年中向けの支援策を行っています。インベストインディアでも企業活動の再開に向け、ビジネス再構築計画を導入し、政府支援策が広く活用されるよう外国企業に周知を行っています。これからインド南部の州政府、JETROインド、そしてインドに進出済みの日系企業によるプレゼンテーションの中でもご紹介があると思いますが、インドの9つの州に日本専用団地、いわゆる JIT が12カ所開設されています。各産業団地には入居後の即時操業が可能になるプラグインプレイ設備が完備されているほか、操業に必要な許認可を産業団地単位で取得しており、入居時の煩雑な手続きから解放されます。マンダルやニームラマ、シュリシティといった産業団地にはすでにトヨタ通商、味の素、日産、ダイキン、トヨタ、パナソニック、東レといった日本企業が入居しています。多くの日本企業から入居希望が寄せられていることから、インド政府は JIT の増設を計画しているところです。今後、インド進出やインド事業の拡大を検討されている皆様からのご相談をお待ちしております。以上です。
Thank you, Madam. Next, I would like to request Mr. Yukihiko Okuno, Senior Investment Advisor, JETRO Chennai, to give the presentation on investment environment of Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Andhra Pradesh. 続きまして、JETRO Chennai 海外投資アドバイザー、奥野幸彦様より、タミルナード、ケララ、アンドラ アンドラプラデーシュ州の投資環境についてご講演いただきます。奥野様、よろしくお願いいたします。
はい、本日は南インドへの投資に関するウェビナーにご参加いただきありがとうございます。私はJETROチェンナイ事務所で海外投資アドバイザーをしております奥野と申します。どうぞよろしくお願いいたします。本日の機会をいただきましたバルマ大使閣下はじめインド大使館様に御礼申し上げます。失礼いたしました。各種のプレゼンは後ほどございますので、私の方からはタミルナド州、アンドラプラデシュ州、ケララ州のへの日系企業の投資環境及び投資傾向につきまして、これに絞ってお話しさせていただきます。地域が偏ることもございますが、ご容赦のほどお願いいたします。ご存知の通り、インドは州によって投資環境、インセンティブ、州政府のサポートにも違いがございますが、その点、どの州に進出するかはとても大きなポイントでございます。これまで日系企業が南インドに進出を検討する場合には、チェンナイとバンガロールを比較されることが多く、その結果、IT 関連であればバンガロール、製造業であればチェンナイを中心に進出を検討される傾向があるようです。まずタミルナド州の概要はスライドの通りでございます。経済規模はムンバイのあるマハラシュトラ州に次いで2番目になっておりまして、特に自動車産業の集積が進んでおります。インドのデトロイトと呼ばれております。アンドラプラデシュ州はタミルナド州の北側ですが、同じテルグ語を話すテランガナ州と2014年に分離しまして、現在はハイデラバードが両州の共通州都ですけれども、新しい州都構想が進んでいます。政治は YSR コングレスが昨年の選挙で勝利し、政権が交代しました。特に注目するのは、タミルナド州との境にあるスリシティ工業団地、こちらに日系企業の集積が進んでおりまして、現在20社以上が立地しております。ケララ州はタミルナド州の西側の州です。教育水準が非常に高く、政治は共産党政権です。中東を中心に海外へ出稼ぎに行かれる方が多くて、海外送金受け取り額はインドで最も多くなっています。一方で、良質な IT 人材が豊富で、オペレーションコストや土地代など、インドの他の IT 都市に比べて安いことから、インドで最初の IT パークが1990年代に開発されました。オラクルやマイクロソフトをはじめ400社が入居しています。日系企業も日産自動車が IT ソフトウェアの開発拠点を設立したり、日本国内の IT 人材不足に対応するため、ケララ州の人材を獲得しようとする動きも見られます。次はインドに進出している日系企業の状況です。州ごとに地図に記してございます。さて、南部3州、特にチェンナイ近郊の投資環境の特徴ですけれども、まず第一に自動車関連を中心とした産業集積が進んでいるということが挙げられます。日系では日産、ヤマハ、イスズ、外資系ではヒュンダイ、キア、BMW、ダイムラー、フォードなどが進出しています。一方でバンガロールにはトヨタやホンダが進出しています。この表は乗用車、商用車、二輪に分けたメーカー別の生産台数の順位ですけれども、色付けしているところが南インドに製造拠点を有しておりまして、パッと見ただけでも多数に上っています。ただし、成長を続けていたインドの自動車産業も2018年の後半から減速傾向となりました。その一方で、最近 IT、エレクトロニクス、機械などの進出が伸びてきております。特にスマートフォンについては、タミルナド州で iPhone の生産輸出が始まったり、Apple はじめ、いろんな企業が中国生産の一部をインドにシフトする動きも見られます。政府も電子機器製造インセンティブスキームを発表してサポートしております。ポストコロナの流れの中でも、サプライチェーンのグローバル製造拠点を分散しようと いう流れの中で、南インドも重要な地域になることは間違いないと思います。先月もタミルナド州では、複数の日系企業を含む17の新規海外投資案件に関する MOU が締結されました。他の州でもポストコロナの投資誘致活動の強化が始まっています。投資環境の2つ目の特徴は、チェン内近郊には多数の工業団地が整備されていることです。特にタミルナド州には、インドで唯一、日系企業が開発から運営まで携わっている工業団地が3カ所ございます。みずほ銀行と日記が出資するワンハブチェン内、住友商事のオリジンズチェン内、双日の双日マザーさん工業団地です。この3カ所にアンドラプラデッシュのスリシティ工業団地を加えた4カ所は、バンガロールの1カ所とともに日本工業団地に指定されておりまして、両政府のサポートもございます。これらの民間工業団地のほか、州政府の工業団地も数多くございます。タミルナド州のシプコット工業団地に入居する日系企業も多く見られます。3番目の特徴は、チェン内はインドの東海岸で最も大きなチェン内港という港があり、位置的に日本や東南アジアに向いていることから、特に貿易が重要である企業には便利な立地条件でございます。チェン内港が主要港ですが、その北にあと3つの港もございます。4番目の特徴は労働事情です。よくインド人といえば大変失礼ながら議論好きで言い訳が多い印象があると言われますけれども、南インドの方は非常に温厚で誠実、とても付き合いやすい人たちです。労働コストについても他のインドの主要都市と比べて競争力のある水準ですし、特にタミルナド州は理工系のレベルが非常に高く、インドで最も工業大学の数が多いことからエンジニア人材が豊富です。最後5つ目は、チェン内の生活環境についてでございます。駐在員が過ごす環境としては、住宅、教育、ショッピング、一応合格のレベルの環境となっておりますし、コロナウイルス感染拡大の中で最も心配される医療事情につきましては、インド最大の民間病院チェーンであるアポロ病院がチェン内発祥でありまして、清潔で最新の設備を整えて、ジャパンデスクには日本人スタッフが常駐して、お医者さんとのアポ取りとか診断の通訳サービスも受けられます。食事やお酒についても環境が改善しておりまして、日本食料理店が十数軒、特に韓国料理店はインドで一番多いと言われております。治安もインドの主要都市の中では最も良い都市と言われております。以上、5項目に絞って説明させていただきました。JETRO では南インドへの投資に関するご相談、ご質問を受け付けておりますので、遠慮なく個別にお問い合わせください。ご清聴ありがとうございました。
I would like to give the brief summary of presentation by Mr. Okuno, Senior Investment Advisor, JETRO Chennai. In his presentation, he gave a brief overview of 3 Indian states, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, and Kerala. He briefed the audience that there are 1,441 Japanese companies operating in India. Among them, 17 are in Andhra Pradesh, 201 are in Tamil Nadu, and 11 are in Kerala. He introduced various industrial parks established by 3 states, and those industrial parks developed by Japanese entities, including Shuri City, by adding detailed information about them, including the number of units available and the land prices. Mr. Okuno explained that well-established connectivity in southern Indian states, including seaports like Chennai and Ennore. Mr. Okuno said that governments with South Indian states often describe their skilled human resources as one of their strengths. He agreed with them and added that the level of science personnel in the South seems to be higher than the national average. At the same time, he advised Japanese audience that it is necessary to implement appropriate skill trainings at workplaces to enhance the capacity of the local workforce, though overall personnel skill may be very high. He said that many Japanese experts will feel comfortable working with their Indian colleagues because of their gentle and honest nature. Still, he stressed that it is important to maintain close communication with them on a daily basis. Towards the end of his presentation, Mr. Okuro shared detailed information on living conditions in Chennai, including housing, educational institutions, shopping complexes, and medical services available to Japanese experts and their family, in an attempt to alleviate the anxiety commonly shared by Japanese public regarding the life in India. Thank you.
奥野様、ありがとうございました。Next, I would like to request Mr. Yuichiro Yano, General Manager, Towards India Private Limited, to give the presentation on Making India Experience of Japanese Subsidiaries. 続きまして、双日インド部長矢野雄一郎様より、日本企業によるメイキンインディアの事例についてご講演いただきたいと思います。矢野様、よろしくお願いいたします。
はい、よろしくお願いします。はい、皆様、こんにちは。私はですね、現在、南インド、チェン内に駐在しております、工業団地事業をですね、運営しております、矢野でございます。双日株式会社より、出資して、今、事業してございます。まず最初にですね、今回の主催者でございます、インド大使館、それからインド商工省並びにですね、南インド州のですね、各州の方々、ガイダンスビューロー皆様にですね、この場をいただいたことを改めて御礼申し上げます。ありがとうございます。本日ですね、私の方からは、当社の工業団地ですね、双日マザーソンインダストリアルパーク、頭文字を取ってまして SMIP と呼んでございますけれども、こちらの概要をご説明させていただきます。インドにはですね、先ほど来、商工省の方、JETROの奥野様からですね、ご連絡いただいて、説明いただいた通りですね、日本からインドのですね、投資を促進するためにですね、インフラ整備の一環として、12の工業団地ですね、日印が共同開発する工業団地がございます。私どもの工業団地もそのうちの一つでございますですね。開発に至っては、電気の供給、それから水の供給に至ってですね、タミルナド州政府はじめ、かなりサポートをいただいたという経歴がございます。はい、私どもの工業団地でございますけれども、双日とですね、インド大手自動車部品メーカーのですね、マザーソングループでございます。こちらですね、41カ国250個のですね、工場を持つグローバル展開している企業でございますけれども、そちらと JV でですね、南インド、チェン内でですね、工業団地事業を推進してございます。立地でございますけれども、先ほど来ですね、ご説明あった通り、チェン内はですね、産業の集積地といってですね、左側に地図ございますけれども、日産さん、ヤマハさん、はじめですね、小松さん、そういった集積地がございます。そちらの集積地からですね、車で約30分程度のですね、ところに私どもの工業団地ございます。赤い印をつけたところがスミ工業団地でございます。またですね、チェン内はですね、南インドのですね、もう一つの先ほどご説明したですね、大きな都市、バンガロールともございまして、チェン内、バンガロールを結ぶですね、幹線、国道4号線がございまして、そちらにもですね、沿ってですね、私どもの工業団地があるといったところでございます。工業団地といたしましてはですね、日本公営のサポートもいただきながら、皆様がですね、製造に集中できる環境をですね、整備しているといったところでございます。はい。またですね、レンタルファクトリーも準備してございまして、現在ですね、4000平米ですね、建物の米が4000平米の工業団地、レンタル工場でございますけれども、こちらを準備してございます。こちらでですね、入っていただけますと、すぐにですね、操業が開始できるといった状況でございます。 はい、私どもの工業団地ですね、特徴、サマリーとして書かさせてございますけれども、大きく3つございます。特徴としてはですね、1つ、先ほど申し上げました産業地にですね、近いといったところ、それからですね、チェン内のですね、高台、海抜60メートルのところにあってですね、水害に強いといったところ、それからですね、最後に、日本人が常駐してございますので、会社設立するからですね、さまざまなサポートができるといったところがございます。はい、最後、簡単ではございますけれどもですね、私どもの工業団地説明、させていただきました。詳細につきましてはですね、こちらウェブサイトにも載ってございますので、ぜひですね、見ていただければと思います。また最後ですね、私、南インドで、仕事をしていて思うんですけれども、やはりですね、南インドはですね、治安がいいというところ、それから、労働者もですね、真面目、親日的といったところでですね、かなり仕事をする上では、しやすい環境にあるというふうに思っております。ぜひご興味がある会社様はですね、足を運んでいただければというふうに思っております。ご清聴いただきましてどうもありがとうございました。以上でございます。
I'd like to give this summary of the presentation by Mr. Yuichiro Yano, General Manager, Sojitz India Private Limited. He explained about the Sojitz Madison Shuri City Industrial Park, which is created through the joint venture established by Sojitz and Madison. He appreciated the long support by the Tamil Nadu government in realizing their development plan. And he explained about his industrial park, stressing the fact that it's located near Chennai and also on the way to the Hyderabad on the Bangalore on the National Highway number 4. And he said that the SMIP is equipped with the plug and play facility, which enables the companies to immediately start their operation. In the summary, he stressed that the industrial park is located above 60 meters above the sea level, which is a preparation against the flooding damages. And at the end, he said the personal impression about living in South India. He said that he feels safe living in South India, and also people there are very friendly towards Japanese culture and very understanding. It was very pleasant to live in South India, and he hopes to hear from the audience about how to advance and invest in India. Thank you.
Yano様、ありがとうございました。Next, I would like to request Mr. Masahiro Yamaguchi, Managing Director, Toray Industries Private Limited, to give the presentation on Making India Experience of Japanese Subsidiaries. 続きまして、東レインド社長、山口正弘様より、日本企業によるメイキンインディアの事例としてご講演いただきます。山口様、よろしくお願いいたします。
Hi, good afternoon to all. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to present our Make in India experience in Srishti, Andhra Pradesh. My name is Masahiro Yamaguchi, MD of Toray Industry, India. Firstly, I'd like to explain history of Toray Group in India. Here is a history of Toray India's presence. We have 4 companies, trading, automotive airbags, and in 2017, Tore Industries India acquired a large industrial site in Srishti, Andhra Pradesh. We also have a sales office in Gurgaon and Chennai. So this is a roadmap after land acquisition till plant inauguration. Important milestone is there. August 2017, Tore Executive Vice President met the Honorable Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh. And September 2017, land acquired at Srishti. And December 2017, land leveling work commenced. Then July 2018, a stone unveiling ceremony held, attended by Honorable Minister of Industries. And after that, during this period, we have many challenges regarding construction work, access road and to the site, and utility supply and environment of workers camp, etc., etc. So in order to resolve those issues one by one, Srishti management and Tore management had a close relation, and we had a monthly meeting regularly to resolve it. After that, April 2019, inauguration of administration office, canteen, and utility blocks. Then September 2019, EP engineering plastic production started. And November 2019, successfully obtained 132 kilovolt power supply from government of Andhra Pradesh. And then February 2020, Torres Srishti plant inauguration by Mr. Gautam Reddy, Andhra Pradesh Industrial Minister. Then finally, we constructed 2 manufacturing plants for hygiene textile product and resin for automotives and home application. We shall actively introduce management resources at this key plant and utilize it as an industrial base to supply in India's domestic demand. Next slide shows the current collaboration with Srishti collaboration with society in Srishti. We always have a good collaboration with the government of Andhra Pradesh Industries Department and Srishti and neighbor companies. As the second largest landholder in Srishti, Tore promotes solidarity among Srishti units on 4th March 2020 for Safety Day Walkathon and achieved Limca India Book of Record, 55 industries and 5,867 participants. Tore spearheaded in organizing and conducting firefighting training at the 5 companies from October 19th to January 20th. And chaired SJCG to drive key decision and bridge the industries and authorities. And the continuous collaboration with the Srishti HR Forum and Inspector of Factories. Next slide shows the future vision. Recently, we formulated the Tore Group Sustainability Vision, which integrates Tore Group initiatives and quantitative target for fiscal 2030. At the Tore Group, we make it a mission to deliver innovative technologies and advanced materials that provide real solutions to the challenges the world faces with balancing development and sustainability. By delivering on our corporate philosophy of contributing to society through the creation of new value with innovative ideas, technologies, and products. Based upon the Tore Group sustainability vision, Tore Industries India continue to invest in Srishti for such field, like building a renewable energy economies, providing clean water and airs, and contributing to better health by preventing infection and more. So now, 24 Japanese companies are in operational and under construction in Srishti, and I heard that more in the pipeline. Thank you for listening.
東レインド社長、スリシティ日本企業会会長、山口正弘様によりますプレゼンテーションの概要をお伝えいたします。東レグループはインド国内に4社のインド子会社を持っていらっしゃいます。2017年9月にアンドラプラデシュ州でシュリシティ産業団地内の土地を取得しました。それ以降、2019年の一部生産開始までさまざまな課題に直面しましたが、その度にアンドラプラデシュ州政府と毎月のように会合を開き、問題解決に臨んできました。現在、インドシュリシティ内で衛生用品用スパンボンド不戦布、またレジンコンパウンドの生産を行っております。すべてインド国内市場向けです。また、シュリシティ内におきまして、日印企業提携における役割を果たしていらっしゃいます。例えば、シュリシティ内で火災安全訓練を行うなど、入居企業の連携強化に取り組んでいらっしゃいます。そして、東レグループの持続可能性ビジョンといたしまして、2030年度を目標とした目処とした目標を発表していらっしゃいます。その中には気候変動問題に対する対策を加速、きれいな水と空気の提供、そして世界の人々のためにより良い医療と衛生関係の実現を通じ貢献するといったビジョンが含まれています。現在、シュリシティには24の日系企業が入居しており、創業しております。今後もその数が増加の予定でございます。以上です。
山口様、ありがとうございました。続きまして、ケララ州政府産業局上席次官、エッランコバン博士より、ケララ州の投資機会についてご講演いただきます。Next, I would like to request Dr. Edlan Koban, Principal Secretary, Industries, Kerala, to give the presentation on investment opportunities in Kerala.
Very good afternoon to everyone. And let me also place on record our thanks and gratitude to the Embassy of India in Japan and the Department of Industrial Promotion and Internal Trade in Government of India, and all the gentlemen and the ladies and gentlemen who are participating in this webinar. I will make a very brief presentation because of the paucity of time, and I would like to take questions thereafter. Just to put in one shot, what is Kerala? Kerala is one of the top 10 destinations in the world to visit according to Lonely Planet. It only basically strengthens the public perception that Kerala is a beautiful place to visit. This is already covered by the earlier speakers, so I will not go in detail. about this slide, except the point that the female-male ratio, that is men-women ratio, Kerala stands distinctly apart from other Indian states in having more number of women for every 1,000 number of men. Coming straight to the point, what is Kerala in a nutshell? There are 5 distinct features of Kerala that makes it stand apart from other states in India. The first and foremost is the social sector development. Our physical quality of life index has been compared with many developed countries in terms of longevity of life or health indices. Health sector has been one of the major flagship of this state. Even in the present COVID-19.
Sir, please take a few seconds off and start your presentation. Your presentation is not coming on the screen.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Sorry. Corner. Okay. I'm sorry about it. Yeah. Okay. വരുന്നില്ലല്ലോ. No, I think if I'm right, the slides of Karnataka is on. That is the reason why I'm not able to put my shows. Yes. Is it visible? Is it okay now? Can I proceed?
Yes, please.
Thank you. I'm sorry I wasted 2 minutes, but there was a technical hitch. I wanted to say that Kerala is one of the most beautiful states in India, and as adjudged by Lonely Planet as the top 10 destinations in the world to visit in 2020. I was making a mention about Kerala state being a beautiful state, but also very strategically located in the southwest corner of India. I was coming to this slide. There are 5 distinct features why the state stands apart in terms of social sector development, in terms of health sector achievement, in education, and in public administration, and also being an innovative state. The 5 key things anyone wants to remember about Kerala are these 5 things. In social sector, we are ranked number 1 as a healthy state, progressive in India by Niti Aayog, which is Government of India think tank, the World Bank, and the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. In terms of school educations, also we are number 1. In terms of school education quality, we have been adjudged as the best state consecutively for last 2 or 3 years. The other aspect of social sectors, namely in terms of sustainable development goals or India Innovation Index, even Public Affairs Index, Kerala has been the front runner in all these aspects. Therefore, why invest in Kerala? 7 reasons I wanted to present today to the Japanese entrepreneurs who are interested to invest in India. 1, Kerala state economy is growing, is ever growing. 2, it's a proactive government. In the last 4 years, we have amended several acts and policies and rules, making it very simple for investors to come and invest in the state. 3, as part of this exercise, we have improved and increased the number of industrial infrastructures in the state, which I will show you in the slide. 4, we have a natural advantage of having huge connectivity advantage for the international maritime, as the state is very close to the international maritime route and also has 4 international airports. 5, state again stands apart in terms of the quality of human resource. Today, anyone, any entrepreneur who wanted to invest in knowledge-based economy or a skill-based economy have no reason to worry in Kerala, as supply of highly skilled human resource is in abundance in the state. And 6, it's an innovation hub. Ours is the first state to create an innovation startups club. More than 2,000 startups are now actively pursuing the research development of various products. So there's a huge support from the government of Kerala for innovative actions. 7, it is not 7, it should be number 1. At a time when everyone is talking about the ease of doing business, what we don't talk is also the ease of living or the quality of living. Kerala boasts of a very clean atmosphere with abundant water supply, 24/7 electricity, and very close to nature. State economy, as I said earlier, we are growing much more than the average Indian growth. While it is 6.7% for India, it's 7.18% for state. As you can see in the graph, this is very consistently growing. So the economy is growing all the more for the entrepreneurs to understand that there is a lot of consumption in the state. This slide is about the per capita income and consumer expenditure. The blue color is Kerala and the orange color is India, average. So we are consuming much more than what an average Indian consumes, both in the rural areas and urban areas. This is a direct fallout of the disposable income, what people have in Kerala as compared to many states in India. There is no abject poverty in India, in the state of Kerala. Therefore, the disposable income translates into a consumption behavior, which is again one of the prerequisites for people to come and choose the state as an investment destination. Industrial Policy 2018, I wanted to spend a minute on this. Kerala is not what people thought 3-4 years back. It has completely changed. 3 legislation in a span of 3 years just shows the commitment of the government to make things easy for the investors. Kerala Investment Facilitation Act 2018 has amended all the erstwhile act, making the issuance of license very easy, time-bound, and simple. Kerala MSME Facilitation Act. This act is a very special act. It has removed all human interference. An investor can apply online and get a certificate again online in a matter of 7 to 8 clicks. There are no questions asked. This license is issued based on your undertaking, your affidavit that you are fulfilling and obeying all the rules and regulations. In a period of 3 years thereafter is only what we are going to see, your compliance inspections. Kerala Single Window Board and Industrial Township Act has become very vibrant, not more than 30 days, even for huge investment decisions and applications. These licenses are issued within 30 days. Second, we also completely eliminated the physical touch points. We have 3 online portals in which you can obtain information, you can transact business, you can also get licenses. We also thought Kerala is not a place where we can attract everyone because of the huge knowledge-based skill force available. We said high value chain industries and knowledge-based industries are the strategic areas where government of India would like to attract. Ladies and gentlemen, we have revised investment frameworks, making all kinds of business model for people to have in the state of Kerala. I'm not going in detail. This only says regarding investment potential index, we are number 6 in the country. Ease of doing business. I said our ease of doing business lays on 4 T's: transparent process, that is online process, trust-based. From the era of asking questions, today the entire atmosphere is believing on trust-based, and it's time-bound. Within a stipulated time, if one doesn't get the license, it is deemed to have given by the government. The concept of deemed license has come in from the year 2018. And the transformative reforms, for paucity of time, I won't be able to say everything not today, but there are 100+ reforms what government has undertaken to make things easy for investors. As I said, approvals. For 150 million Japanese yen and below, there is no approval for 3 years. You can start the business. Between 150 and 228 million Japanese yen, we clear within 30 days by what is known as the district boards, decentralized boards. Every district where the district magistrates will issue the licenses. And for investments more than 228 million Japanese yen, what it comes to the state headquarters, even there, we're issuing in 30 days time. So the time dimension, what I spoke earlier, is what looks like this. One very path-breaking amendment is on the offing, which has not been issued, but is a matter of few days. What is that? That is, irrespective of the investment amount, Government of Kerala has decided that within 7 working days, you will get an industrial license issued. They've also constituted special investment promotion task force involving major companies and chambers of commerce from countries like Japan, Korea, Taiwan, to provide them an understanding about the Kerala's environment for investment. This is going to be a major engine for us to go and market our advantages in these countries. Investment frameworks for an investor, there are various frameworks available: joint venture, special public purpose, and project investors. And I would like to focus on the last, that is exit options. Based on the project cycle, the investor can exit on the projects. So this kind of modeling was done in the last 2 to 3 years. So the investor can choose whichever model of business or engagement he wants to do in Kerala. I'll just take 2 more minutes and then end my talk about industrial parks. Now, industrial parks is a good business model for the state government. Government goes, buys the land, develops the land, creates all basic infrastructure like provisioning of water supply, electricity, drainage, common effluent treatment plant, security, as well as common facilities such as labs or standardizing units, etc., etc. Therefore, an investor need not go around scouting for land. Kerala government has adopted this method in the last 3 years, saying that let them come and have a plug and play, or let them come and invest in land which is already developed. Last point regarding quality of life, as I said, clean water, air, low cost of living. This is something which was told to us by the Japanese entrepreneurs. All the people in IT industries or ICT industries or food processing industries where Japanese investments are there, we got a feedback. We had, in fact, 2 distinct feedback. One about the quality of human resource, and second is low rate of attrition. Unlike other countries or other states, maybe the attrition rate is very, very low. People stick on. This is one thing the Japanese people liked a lot about Kerala. Stability and low cost of living and very high skilled human beings. These are some examples of Japanese investments and success stories. Nita Gelatin, Nissan, Nissan's global innovation head is in Kerala. Thermo Penpal, Frasco, this is only few. There are more than 17 industries in Kerala which have a Japanese investor. Last 1 minute, we have Electronic Hardware Park, very close to International Airport and Seaport. We have a petrochemical park, again in the vicinity of the airport and seaport. We have Life Sciences Park. In fact, the Joint Secretary in the Ministry of Industries has said, which are the strategic areas. Kerala has chosen Life Sciences Park as one of the important area for investments, which basically says medical devices, the pharmaceuticals, and other healthcare appliances will be made in an area of 160 acres of land near the capital city of Trivandrum. We have also Aerotropolis near this northern Kerala, where 682 acres of land is made available for all kinds of units and investments connected with the Aerotropolis. Mega Food Park, we have two huge parks, one exclusively for seafood and other exclusively for fruits, spices, and vegetables. Defense Park. Again, coming from the Joint Secretary's address, the FDI, that is the direct investment from foreign companies, has been enhanced from 49 to 74%. We have an exclusive defense park in about 70 acres of land ready for occupation. We have both plug and play as well as huge developed land in this park. Therefore, just to summarize, what I was trying to say is that the state of Kerala is not what people thought 3 years back. There's a huge change in the way business is conducted in this part. We have in the process of transforming our social benefits into economic benefits. We found two missing gaps. The social bubble or social advantage bubble is not translating into an economic bubble. We had two interventions. One, we have simplified all the procedures of issuing industrial licenses to attract investments. Number two, we created investments. We created industrial infrastructures for people to invest. With these two huge interventions, today the social advantage or the social bubble is sure to become a huge economic bubble, which I want even Japanese people to come and enjoy. Thank you very much for your attention, and I am open for any question and answer at the end of the sessions. Thank you.
ケララ州政府産業局上席次官ラ・ゴバン博士によりますプレゼンテーションの要約をお伝えいたします。ケララ州はかつて観光州としてよく知られておりましたが、この3、4年間で大きな変貌を遂げております。ケララ州政府は積極的な投資誘致に介入しており、事業運転を容易にする政策を数多く導入しております。特にケララ州に関しましては、社会保障で全国でも高いレベルにあることが知られており、この2、3年間で特に教育の質に関しては全国1位という非常に教育制度が充実した州でございます。ケララ州ではビジネスのしやすさ、イーズ・オブ・ドゥイング・ビジネスに注目するのはもちろん、進出された外国企業の皆様のために生活の質も重視しています。ケララ州ではビジネスのしやすさの根底となる指標といたしまして4つの T というのを提唱しております。それが透明性のあるプロセス、信頼関係、そして技術厳守、そして革新的な改革の4点です。特に事業の許認可を簡易化し、進出を容易にするための数々の政策を導入しております。特に特別投資促進タスクフォースというものを開設いたしまして、外国企業の皆様による進出を容易にしています。産業探知におきましても、政府が用地を取得し、整備、そして必要な施設を開発することで、外国企業に入居、即時創業を容易にしています。また、インフラ整備に欠かせません。インフラ整備に合わせて、やはり高い生活の質を維持するということも、ケララ州政府は力を入れておりまして、きれいな空気と水の供給、またクリーン電力の常時提供、そして生活費を抑えるトップクラスの医療など、数々の、インフラを整備して、皆様をお待ちしております。現在のところ、日本企業、新田ゼラチンや日産、テルモといった日系企業が進出し、成功を収めています。 このウェビナーの最後にケララ州への進出をご検討されている日本企業の皆様からのご問い合わせ、ご相談をお待ちしております。以上です。
ありがとうございました。続きまして、タミルナード州政府産業局上席次官ムルガナンダン様より、タミルナード州の投資機会についてご講演いただきます。Next, I would like to request Mr. Muruganandam, Principal Secretary, Industries Tamil Nadu, to give the presentation of investment opportunities in Tamil Nadu. We request all the presenters to follow the time limit. Thank you.
To everyone and greetings from Tamil Nadu. You're muted. That's good. Yeah, you're able to hear me?
Yes, please.
Yeah. Good afternoon and greetings from Tamil Nadu. Before I start, I would only like to highlight one point which has come out in all the newspapers today. Tamil Nadu is among the 5 states which is leading the revival of the Indian economy post-COVID. So that shows the resilience of Tamil Nadu. And just to start with, I would like to just mention a few points about the state. And Tamil Nadu is the second largest economy in India, contributing around 8% of the national GDP. And it's a huge consumption state. So in terms of a consuming state, it is one of the largest in the country. And it's a power surplus state. And it's the most urbanized state in the country. More than 50% of the population actually is in urban areas. And it is one of the most urban, most industrialized states in the country. Almost we have around 70 of the Fortune 500 companies in the world. They have their base in Tamil Nadu. Looking at what are the advantages in Tamil Nadu, one is it has got a very diversified industrial base. It is the state is strong not only in manufacturing but also in services. And in manufacturing, we are very strong in automobiles, in electronic manufacturing, in software. Chennai is called the SaaS capital of the country. We are very strong in pharmaceuticals and chemicals. We are strong traditionally in textiles and also in leather. So we have a very diversified manufacturing base and a very strong and robust industrial infrastructure with almost 20 large industrial parks. It's a vertically integrated economy we have in Tamil Nadu. That is with all tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 suppliers and the OEMs. We have around 50 lakh MSMEs, which form an excellent ecosystem for the industries here. And one of the highlights of Tamil Nadu is the very skilled manpower and the best human resources which you get here. And nearly 1 million engineering graduates and technical graduates, they enter the market every year. Next. Coming to the investment subsidies which the state gives, Tamil Nadu is a very investor-friendly state, and we have a very proactive industrial policy. We give capital subsidy or SGST refund. We have payroll subsidies. We have reimbursement of stamp duty and also discount on the land prices. But these are all the general subsidies which we have. For important investors, we discuss one-to-one and we provide a customized package of incentives based on the requirement. One thing about Tamil Nadu, whatever the state promises, the state has always delivered. And we have a very good mechanism of resolving any disputes or misunderstandings or issues which we have with companies over our incentives. One of the standing example is the subsidy issues with Nissan, which is a Japanese company. We had a difference of opinion with the company or the interpretation of certain the incentive package, and we have very recently we have resolved it to the satisfaction of Nissan and to the government. And you must have read in the papers, it was one of the biggest success stories now. About the ease of doing business, the state has been focusing on ease of doing business and simplifying all the procedures. We have a very good investment promotion agency called Guidance, which will handle the investors from end to end. We have an online grievance redressal portal for industries called BizBuddy. Any company, if they have any grievance, they can actually go to this portal and register it, and the issues are scaled up to the Honorable Chief Minister's level, and the issues are resolved within a fixed time frame. We have a very good single window clearance, wherein the approvals are given within 30 days or otherwise deemed approvals are given. Honorable Chief Minister himself reviews the single window proposals once in 2 months, and if there are any issues, any cross-cutting issues, they are resolved then and there. Coming to the infrastructure, we have 3 major Japanese industrial townships in the vicinity of Chennai itself, and we have around 5 big, large industrial estates in and around Chennai. And more than this, the state also has a very balanced development industrially. It is not only Chennai, which is the big manufacturing hub. We have Hosur, we have Coimbatore, we have Madurai, and Tuticorin, which is a very good port. So that way, there are a lot of opportunities in the state. And coming to the other infrastructure facilities, we have nearly 2 million square feet of plug-and-play facilities available, readily available, and 3 million square feet of plug-and-play facilities is in the process of or in the pipeline, and it will be ready in 6 months' time. Infrastructure has been one of our greatest strengths. As I mentioned, we are power surplus, and we used to have issues about water, particularly in and around Chennai. That has been resolved, and now we have 2 tertiary treatment plants which supply water to all the 5 industrial estates by treating the sewage water. It's a very, very sustainable and good system that we have. And there is plenty of water now for industrial use. And in other parks, we have desalination plants. And therefore, we do not depend now on either groundwater or surface water. And we have gone for a very sustainable solution. And so water is no issue at all in Tamil Nadu now. And about the skilled manpower, I already mentioned. In terms of connectivity, the state is very well connected. It is in a way, it is the gateway to India. And we have got 4 large ports, out of which 3 are in and around Chennai itself. It is the second largest container terminals are available in Chennai. And we have a very good network of roads and airports. Yamaha Music is one of our success stories, and where they are able to actually get all the clearances and start the plant within a year's time. And the existing companies in Tamil Nadu, particularly Japanese companies, which are around 620 in number, they are the best ambassadors for us. Coming to the sectors, though Tamil Nadu is very strong in many sectors, we would like to prioritize electronics, automobiles, textiles, and pharmaceuticals. And we have very strong strengths in all these 4 sectors. Electronics, hardware, and manufacturing. We account for around 16% of the national production, and we are the 3rd largest exporter in the country. Next. We have all the big names in electronics in Tamil Nadu, including Foxconn, Flextronics, and many of the Apple component manufacturers. They're based in Tamil Nadu. Automobile sector, as I mentioned earlier, and Chennai is one of the top 10 hubs globally in automobile sector. And it has got R&D facilities. It has got the entire ecosystem for automobiles and is completely vertically integrated. And all the big names like Hyundai, BMW, Daimler, Renault, Nissan, etc. And the textiles, as I mentioned, we have very large textile clusters in Tamil Nadu, which are known for their quality, like Tirupur, Karur. And Tamil Nadu is the yarn bowl of India. We account for 40% of the total yarn in India. And we contribute over 33% of the textile business in India. We are very strong in technical textiles also. And now we are setting up a large mega textile park very close to the coast. The last sector I would like to highlight is pharmaceuticals and biotechnology, where we have a very strong presence. We are putting up a large pharmaceutical park for bulk drug manufacturing, so in around 1,000 acres. In addition, we are also going for a medical park in 300 acres. And because Chennai is also the health capital, the medical capital of the country. In terms of social infrastructure, we have one of the largest expat population of Japanese in Tamil Nadu. And in terms of both ease of living as well as cost of living, Chennai ranks very high in all parameters. And it has got excellent social infrastructure in terms of schools, colleges, and health facilities, and also recreational facilities. So with this, I would like to end my presentation. I want to thank the Indian Mission in Japan, the DPIIT officials, and all the participants for giving us this opportunity. We look forward to actually facilitating your investments or answering your queries. Thank you.
タミルナド州政府産業局上席次官ムルガナンダン氏によるプレゼンテーションの概要をお伝えいたします。タミルナド州は電子機器やハードウェア製造で国内2位の首位ですが、もう1位に躍進する可能性があります。2019年度には総額12億7060万ドル相当の電子機器を輸出しています。デルやフレクトロニクス、サムソン、フォックスコン、デルタ、パナソニック、ノキア、サルコンプといった電気機器大手も多数進出しています。また、同州はインド国内で生産される自動車や自動車部品の 35%、また自動車関連輸出品の 45% を担っています。自動車や関連部品、トレーラー、セミトレーラーの生産拠点が1390カ所以上あり、R&D センターのネットワークも発達しています。州政府は2019年に電気自動車政策を導入すると同時に、県内近郊に電気自動車と関連部品製造専用拠点パーク EV パークを整備しています。また同州はインドにおける繊維産業を牽引する存在でもあります。インド国内で生産される繊維製品の 35% 以上を生産し、インド最大の繊維製品輸出州でもあります。インド国内の紡績工場や縫製工場のうち 40% 以上がタミルナド州に集積、同州の繊維産業を支えています。医療品産業もまたタミルナド州の重要産業部門であり、州内で最も急速な成長を遂げている部門です。州内ではバルク製剤や API、製剤、医療機器の専門事業者が400社以上創業しています。医科大学や薬科大学が80校以上あり、医療人材にも事欠きません。州政府はチェン内近郊に API パークを、チェンガルパットゥに医療機器専用メディパークを、コインバトールでバイオパークの開発に着手、投資誘致を行っています。タミルナド州はインド南部で最も優れた優遇策と支援制度を提供しています。また、新型コロナウイルス収束後に製造拠点の移転を改革している外国企業の誘致に向け、特別投資促進タスクフォースを開設しています。同州における投資活動についてのアドバイスや事業開始にかかる許認可申請を一手に引き受けるタミルナド州の投資促進機関ガイダンスは日本企業を歓迎し、タミルナド州を日本国外の第2の本拠地としていただけるよう手厚い支援を提供いたします。以上です。
Thank you, sir. 続きまして、アンドラプラデーシュ産業商業局特任首席次官カリカル・バラベン様より、アンドラプラデーシュの投資機会についてご講演いただきます。Next, I would like to request Mr. Karikal Balaben, Special Chief Secretary, Industries and Commerce, Andhra Pradesh, to give the presentation on investment opportunities in Andhra Pradesh.
So good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. I am thankful to the Indian Embassy in Japan for organizing this program and giving us this opportunity. So thank you. I would like to say at the outset that the Indian state of Andhra Pradesh and the government of Japan share a very long and cordial relationship, and the government of Japan always find the state of Andhra Pradesh a desirable destination, and they're very comfortable in having close relationship, close ties with the state of Andhra Pradesh. This is evident with 40 odd companies, Japanese companies, having their strong manufacturing presence in the state of Andhra Pradesh. And some of the companies are as old as 20 years and 25 years. So this goes to say the strong relationship, strong bond between the state of Andhra Pradesh and government of Japan. So I'd like to give a brief presentation on the investment opportunities, which is nothing new to the Japanese investors because they have been in good relations with the state of Andhra Pradesh, but still. So these are some of the photographs where our Honorable Chief Minister shared with the Japanese government and Japanese the Consul General, and also some of the Japanese companies commissioned their operations at the hands of our Honorable Minister, and so on. You must be aware that the technical workforce, naturally the citizens of Andhra Pradesh, the people of Andhra Pradesh are very enterprising, and 25% of the IT workforce all over the world are from the Telugu community. And we are the second largest Indian linguistic diaspora abroad, the 8th largest state, 135 billion USD is the GSDP, and we have very long coast. We have large number of airports, the good connectivity. I should say before going further, the unique selling points of Andhra Pradesh is the strong, dynamic, and decisive leadership of Mr. Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy, the Honorable Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh. The corruption-free governance is one of the best incentives any state can offer. And we have a strong presence up to the strong presence of governance up to the village level. We have village secretariats and ward secretariats, and we have volunteers who are in touch with each and every household. So this kind of strong governance is nowhere there in any Indian state. Then we have very strong infrastructure, yes, existing infrastructure and the infrastructure which is under development. So, and technologically we are very strong. Right from the beginning, the state of Andhra Pradesh has used technology in all its welfare program, development programs. Even in this recent COVID crisis, we used the technology. So we are able to control the pandemic explosion in the state of Andhra Pradesh using the technology. We identified the hotspots and we contained the disease, contained the pandemic only to those clusters. So now we have started operation. We have started operating as usual. The business as usual has already started. So these are all the marquee Japan companies operating in the state of Andhra Pradesh. And out of the 40 odd companies which I mentioned, 25 companies are there in Sri City alone. So in the Sri City, we have established an ecosystem wherein you have Japanese restaurants, Japanese schools. So a Japanese township has been created, and in other places also we are planning to develop Japanese industrial cities, townships. So these are all the large companies which are present in the state of Andhra Pradesh, the leading brands. So we have a very strong and dynamic industrial policy in place, which can be comparable with any other country. And we have a dedicated Japan desk in the commissionerate of industries, and we have very high skilled labor. That is the biggest advantage Andhra Pradesh can offer to any industry. And we have uninterrupted power supply, water supply to the doorstep of the industry. And we have a very huge land bank. So we are developing industrial corridors, 2 industrial corridors, and 1 more industrial corridor is proposed. The Vizag-Chennai industrial corridor, which is longest, and Chennai-Bangalore industrial corridor, and Hyderabad-Bangalore industrial corridor. These industrial corridors, we develop nodes, industrial nodes. The industrial nodes, we develop a large industrial clusters, which are large, industrial clusters, where the plug-and-play facilities will be provided. We continuously, for 3 consecutive years, we rank #1 in the ease of doing business. So this goes to say the conducive environment for any industry to come and establish. The single desk is single desk policy. Andhra Pradesh may be the first Indian state which has introduced the single desk policy through a legislation, and now it has become very strong. Any industry who comes to, whichever industry comes to Andhra Pradesh, they have to take nearly 86 approvals covering 22 departments. So it will be very difficult. So now it's that single desk, single window system in which online application is made. Then the approvals, most of the approvals are deemed approvals, and some of the approvals may take 7 to 10 days. So we say within 21 days we'll provide all the approvals, but that itself within 21 days most of the approvals happen. So that is why, if you see in the past few years, 46,000 applications have been processed, and our compliance rate is nearly 99.76. The SLA, the service level agreement compliance, is 99.7, the very highest, and rejection is very less. And within 7 days, the average time taken for processing these 46,000 applications is just 7 days. So that is a very the great ease of doing business. The strategic location, we have a very long coastline, 974 kilometers, and maritime economy is likely to really it will give a boost to the economy of the state. We already have 6 functional ports, and 4 ports are under development, 3 in public sector and 1 in private sector. So with 9 ports, and we are developing 8 fishing harbors. These fishing harbors again is a multi-purpose fishing harbor. Through fishing harbor, we are planning to promote coastal shipping. So the transportation cost will get reduced substantially. Apart from that, we have airports. We have 6 functional airports, another 4 airports under development. So with this, the connectivity improves, and each airport will have an industrial corridor, a commercial corridor. Aerotropolis also is being developed. So the business environment, as we are ranking #1 in ease of doing business, is very, very conducive. The power tariff is very less. If you see the power cost or the wage, ours is the lowest, and power cost is also very less comparatively. So we are comparing the highly industrialized states of Gujarat and Maharashtra. If we compare, the land cost is less, the power cost is less, skill wages also less comparatively. And this is the, for ease of doing business, you need power. So for any industry to come in, you need land, power, water, and skilled labor force. So in power, we have 39% of solar power, solar and wind power, 48% thermal, and 10% hydel, and others biomass, and all 2% nuclear one. So this is we are power surplus state as of now. Land banks is the biggest advantage for the state of Andhra Pradesh, and in all the industrial nodes, we have nearly 90,000 acres. Already 50,000 acres have been allotted. In the acreage, 50,000 acres have been allotted to various industries with the required infrastructure. This 90,000 acres which are available in 7-8 nodes in industrial corridor which I mentioned, Vizag, Chennai Industrial Corridor, Chennai, Bangalore, and Hyderabad, Bangalore Industrial Corridor. These 3 corridors, we identified 9 to 10 industrial nodes where we have more than 1 lakh acres available. So that is a great advantage. And these are distributed in all the districts. We have 347 industrial parks. These parks are distributed in all the districts. So we have presence all over. These are all the actual areas where the land banks are available, lands are available. So this is industrial corridor what you're talking about. This is the Vizag, Chennai, and Bangalore, Chennai, Bangalore. Hyderabad, Bangalore is under, it will be notified very soon. So it's under preparation. The proposal is under preparation. So this is the presence. The industrial park, the 300 industrial parks are distributed in all the districts. And we have Sri City, previous slide. So we have Sri City and this GMR, SEZ, another one more, Indospace. They're all a private participation. That is also a big developers. They develop the industrial estates. So if you look into the knowledge economy, because basically the Japan is technologically very strong. Same way, we are very strong in workforce, a skilled workforce. Highly the knowledge economy. If you see the engineering colleges, the management colleges, industrial training institutes, and skill development centers, polytechnics, and universities. So every district has got more than one university. So 18 universities in 13 districts we have. So 307 engineering colleges. So we produce more skill force in productive age. So it is a very great advantage for any industries to come in. So the success story of Isuzu is known to everyone. So not only Isuzu. So Isuzu is producing 50,000 units. The first automotive industry which has come in, and they are producing the highest number of cars in Sri City. So we are proposing, as I told you, in one place we have more than 25 companies in Sri City alone. So already we have plans to develop an industrial township over there. Though we have created an ecosystem, but industrial township as such has to come into existence, for which the plan is, and we are planning to do that at the earliest. And we have multimodal connectivity. If you see, we have the second largest next to Rajasthan. In Rajasthan, what is it? Nimrana. In Nimrana is the highest presence of Japanese companies in one location. So whereas the second is the Sri City, and it's well connected by road, by rail, by air, by port. The Krishnapatnam port is nearby. Chennai port is also nearby. The Chennai airport and Nellore airport is coming up. Another 2.5 years it will come up. Innur port is there. Krishnapatnam port is there. These are all some of the reports on the state of Andhra Pradesh in Japanese media. So these are all the sectors where the state is strong, where government of Japan is also strong. One is the pharmaceuticals, and we have 20 US FDA approved pharma unit, and we have a dedicated medical devices park, probably the biggest medical devices park or first medical devices park in the country. which has been developed in Visakhapatnam. And the electronics, we have a big presence of Foxconn, and 2 electronic manufacturing clusters are already functioning, and the third electronic manufacturing cluster is under development. And automobiles and electric vehicles, textiles, we have the second largest raw silk production, strong spinning and ginning sectors. We have water availability, coastline, ports are there, and largest producer of cotton in India. So these are all the strength of the state of Andhra Pradesh. In automobiles, so many automobile giants are looking at Andhra Pradesh as the desirable destination to have their units. So these are all the companies, sector-wise companies in automotive sector, energy sector. These are all Japanese companies, Japanese presence in these sectors. All the large companies, and technology, pharma, food processing, and textiles. So thank you very much. So thank you for giving us this opportunity, and we welcome the Japanese companies to come and establish your unit, and we'll do all the needful. We'll do the hand holding, and we will make your life easier. And also the policy, the main highlight of our policy is to reduce the cost of production. So that is what any industry required to establish any industry. So the cost of production will be very less comparatively. So you will have a competition edge. Thank you very much.
アンドラプラデシュ州政府産業商業局ベラベン特任主席次官のプレゼンテーションの概要をお伝えいたします。アンドラプラデシュ州は今後数年間のインドの成長を牽引していく州です。インドで8番目に大きな州でインドの人口の 4% を占めています。州の経済規模は1350億ドルで2桁成長を維持しています。インドの州で2番目に長い海岸線を持ち、4つの大規模港が点在、さらに4港の開発が計画されています。アンドラプラデシュ州の主要産業は農業です。州の GDP の 30% 以上が農業とその関連部門に由来しています。また、そのため AP 州の投資機会の多くが農業関連です。輸出を中心とした農産物加工、水産養殖、畜産などの大規模投資機会に加え、インフラへの投資、急速な工業化、サービス産業などへの投資において前例のない成長機会を提供しています。州政府は州の GDP の 7% から 8% をインフラに投資すると約束、今後10年間で総額2000億ドルの投資をする予定です。また州政府はバイザグチェン内産業回廊とチェン内ベンガルール産業回廊に沿って産業クラスターを構築するために投資を続けています。これら産業回廊の周辺地域、ティパティ、ネロール、チェン内はインベストインディアの調査でインドにおける製造業に最も適した場所の一つとして評価を受けています。州政府は繊維、医薬品、エレクトロニクス、自動車などの産業集積地の開発に注力しています。また州政府は自動車とエレクトロニクスの産業クラスターをすでに建設しており、産業クラスターを拡大する過程にあります。また人材育成にも注力し、教育インフラの強化に努めています。アンドラプラデシュ州は州をさらに前進させるため、企業に質が高く途切れない電力、水、産業に支障をもたらさない土地、熟練した労働力と積極的で汚職のないガバナンスを提供することにコミットしています。以上です。
Thank you, sir. Presenters are requested to kindly follow the timeline. Next, I would like to request Mr. Jayesh Ranjan, Principal Secretary, Industries and Commerce, Telangana, to give the presentation on investment opportunities in Telangana.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon and greetings from the capital city of Telangana, that is Hyderabad. When you look at the map of our country, you will realize that Telangana is the gateway of the south. It is the middle point between the north of the country and south of the country. So that itself will show to you how strategically we are located. Hyderabad is our capital city, which has been rated as one of the most livable metropolises in our country. This is a new state. It was created in 2014, but it is a state which has been growing enormously. In fact, in 2018-19, our growth rate has been 10.6%, much more than the national average. And Hyderabad and the surrounding areas have been industrial hubs for the last 6 decades. So this is a very old and established manufacturing center in our country. The whole manufacturing process started 6 decades ago when the national government chose to locate some of the heavy industries, the government PSUs in Hyderabad, around Hyderabad. And over a period of time, lots of MSMEs came up, lots of private investments happened. And today it is a very well-established manufacturing and industrial hub. After the new state of Telangana has been created in 2014, I shared with you already that our growth rate in the last 5 years has been close to 14%, which is almost 40% more than that of the country's average. We have the largest industrial land bank in the country, about close to 250,000 acres. Similarly, the largest land bank for electronics and precision engineering manufacturing. And as I mentioned, because of our strategic location, we are roughly in the center of the country. Logistically, we are at a tremendous advantage. In fact, all the big e-commerce companies have chosen to locate their warehouses, their large fulfillment centers, all their logistics hubs, again, in and around Hyderabad, because they see a natural advantage in the way the city is located, and it is also well connected, both by rail, by road, and by air. Hyderabad has enjoyed the reputation of providing the best quality of technical manpower. If you go to America, if you are on the West Coast, for example, you will find umpteen number of American companies, technology companies, which are led by people who have been trained, who have been taught in colleges and institutions in Hyderabad. The head of Microsoft, the global CEO of Microsoft, the global CEO of Adobe, all of these are people who are from Hyderabad. And as I already mentioned, Hyderabad has been rated for the last 5 years in a row consistently as the city with the best quality of living. In fact, JLL, it is one of the most reputed property consultancy organizations. They bring out a study every year, which is called the Momentum Index. And they have rated Hyderabad as the most dynamic city in the world because of the highest momentum index ranking. And this, as I already mentioned, this is a very cosmopolitan city. And I will share with you some of, we recently kind of did a survey to find out how many countries are represented in Hyderabad. And we found out that there are companies belonging to 25 countries in the world which have a footprint in Hyderabad, which includes large number of American companies, European companies, Chinese, Taiwanese, Korean, Japanese, Middle East, and so on and so forth. The advantages of Telangana stem from 6 distinct points. One is our leadership is very strong and it is very business friendly. In fact, our Chief Minister on multiple occasions have mentioned that the people who will contribute to the growth of the new state are businessmen and industrialists, and we should always treat them with respect, honor, and we should feel honored by their presence in our state. And all our actions are driven by this vision. Our regulatory environment is extremely business friendly. When our Prime Minister launched this national program called Make in India, he asked the states to carry out reforms. And again, I feel very proud to share with you that the state which has carried out the maximum number of reforms is Telangana. We are rated amongst the best in ease of doing business. And from all the companies who have established their businesses in Hyderabad, in Telangana, one feedback which we get from them consistently is that whatever we promise is delivered perfectly. See, we are used to having all kinds of good policies, but many times they remain on paper. But the experience in Telangana has been very different. Everyone appreciates this fact that whatever we mean, we actually show it in action. So something we feel very proud about it. I already told you about our human resources, amazing institutions. We have also a government-run facility which is called TASK, Telangana Academy for Skills and Knowledge. And I would like to speak for a minute about this. This is something very unique. So if any Japanese company wants to set up its unit in our state, we take the responsibility as a government to provide the entire range of manpower they require, trained by us completely at our cost. So if a Japanese company tells us tomorrow that I want 500 engineers who must have these skills, I will train 2,000 engineers at our cost. You don't have to spend even 1 yen for that, and you select the best 500 out of them. If you don't like any of those 2,000, you don't have to dilute your standards. I will train another 2,000, and you will not be paying anything for it. The government will pay for it, and you will get best quality talent. The industrial infrastructure is of the best quality standards, and I will share more about it later. And our policies are also very progressive. The industrial policy has been rated as one of the best in the country, the most progressive, the most business friendly. Our labor relations in the last 5 years have been amazing. We have not had even a single incident when any factory or any production unit has complained about any disturbances from the labor. There has been never any outage or any kind of industrial unrest. We focus on 14 sectors, and for each of these sectors, we have the entire supply chain covered. So right from component manufacturers to logistics, to packaging, to regulatory authorities, everything has been covered. And for each of these 14 sectors, we have dedicated parks. Today, I will be presenting in very brief about 6 of these 14 sectors. Now, I told you that our industrial infrastructure is amazing. I already mentioned that we have the largest pool of industrial land bank anywhere in the country. We follow a corridor model, which other states have also shared. And for each of the focus sectors, we have dedicated industrial parks whose locations have been selected very, very strategically. So for example, for high technology sectors like electronics, aerospace, pharmaceutical, because you require highly qualified, highly talented, internationally mobile talent, we have chosen to locate these sectors close to our capital city of Hyderabad. I already mentioned that Hyderabad has been identified as the best Indian city in terms of quality of living. So imagine this, that your factories are very close to literally part of Hyderabad city, and all your employees, all your managers, all your leaders get a chance to live in this city and work in nearby facilities. The remaining industrial parks also are provided at places which are from where the raw material and manpower are easily available. I mentioned to you about Hyderabad. Most of the high-tech industries are surrounded, are in close proximity to Hyderabad. We have amazing road infrastructure. Our airport is one of the first world-class international airports to come up in the private sector in this country, and it wins repeatedly international awards year after year. The world's largest metro rail project in a PPP mode is located again in Hyderabad. It spreads to 72 kilometers, and the plans are to double it in the next 5 years or so. We also are a power surplus state and have enough water supply to meet the industrial requirements, at least for the next 100 years, if not more. The other advantage which we provide is that our cost of doing business is very, very competitive. In fact, we have done some calculations to show that our labor costs are at least 1/5 of that of China, 1/20th of that of Japan, half of Vietnam, many times less than US, and so on and so forth, without any dilution of quality. We have high quality resources which come at a very, very affordable cost. And this is the reason some of the global companies have chosen Hyderabad and Telangana to set up their centers here. I already mentioned to you about the capabilities of our universities, of our knowledge institutions, and I can share this with you. I also am a vice chancellor at this moment in time. Our campus placements attract the best companies in the world. Some of the who's who actually recruit their students, not just for making them work in Hyderabad or in Telangana, but even in their global headquarters. And they are, as I said, they are selected from Hyderabad. Socially, culturally, in terms of social infrastructure, Hyderabad has become a very well-reputed city. In fact, people love to live in Hyderabad because of the cosmopolitan environment it provides. This is a historic city. This is a 450 years old city. It has large number of monuments, is a very tourist friendly city. But today there is a modern face to the city also. Lots of happening activities and events, including culture, sports, recreation, etc. happens here. Hyderabad is the location in our country which has a foreign languages university, and a number of Japanese scholars and interpreters study in this foreign language university, which is located in Hyderabad. And as I said, we have healthcare facilities, school facilities of the highest order. Since Telangana has come into existence 5 years ago, Japanese companies have slowly started to discover Telangana. There are 67 companies Japanese companies in Telangana, which are in the sectors of electrical, electronics, tooling, and packaging machinery. And some of the big names which are present here are Mitsubishi, Daikin, Hitachi, Onkyo, Panasonic, Honda Power. We also have 7 companies who are into manufacturing auto components. Important one is Aisin. And we also have people who are into power, into probiotics, insurance, which includes Fujitsu, IFCO Tokyo, and Marubeni, Nippon, Koi, Toshiba. Toshiba I would rate as one of the best success stories of Telangana in the last few years. As I told you earlier, our industrial policy is very, very competitive. We give land at a highly discounted rate, even if they are very close to our capital city. We provide investment subsidy, interest subvention. I told you that we take complete responsibility of providing skilled manpower. And the most important thing for all the participants to understand is that our industrial policy has the flexibility of either meeting or improving upon the best offer a Japanese company gets from elsewhere. So if you tell me, for example, that another state has worked out this package of incentives for me, I'll be very happy to just say yes to that for our state of Telangana. So this is something which is very, very flexible. I mentioned to you that I'll speak very briefly about 6 sectors that are important for us. The most important of them, which will also be very, very relevant for Japanese companies, is the life sciences sector. So Hyderabad is the life sciences capital of the country, and in some respects, it is also the capital of the world. For example, 40% of the country's total bulk drug production is done in Hyderabad. 25% of the American government's approved labs and manufacturing sites are present in Hyderabad. We manufacture at least at 1/3 of world's vaccines. And we have dedicated parks for pharmaceuticals and vaccines and medical devices. Similarly, we have become a very important destination for electronics. As I mentioned to you, the largest electronic industrial park anywhere in the country, close to about 1,000 acres, is located in Hyderabad, and it is right adjoining our airport. Lots of big names have already started looking at Hyderabad. Electric vehicles and electric storage systems are also very important to us. Telangana is one of the few earliest state governments which has developed a policy for electric vehicles and electric storage. And global players like BYD have chosen to set up their manufacturing facility in Hyderabad. We are also a very important sector for aerospace. Some of the leading American companies have chosen to locate their manufacturing facilities in Telangana. We are, again, as I mentioned, an important player for textiles. I'm very happy to share with you that about a year ago, a Korean company has chosen to set up 8 manufacturing factories in our textile park, which is in a location called Warangal, which is the heart belt of the textile industry. Similarly, the food processing industry is also very important. And 2 years ago, we were in Tokyo, and there is a Japanese company which has been looking at India for almost 7-8 years. It is called Issei. And when they learned about Hyderabad and Telangana and our policies, they instantly signed an MOU with us for setting up a manufacturing facility. So these are some of the 6 important sectors for Telangana. The last point which I wanted to share with you was that Hyderabad is also a very important city for encouraging innovation, entrepreneurship, and startups. The country's largest startup incubator called T-Hub is located in Hyderabad. And the advantage is that any Japanese company which wants to engage with startups, which wants to run innovation programs, corporate entrepreneurship programs, there is a one-stop facility for helping you with all your requirements. So as I mentioned to you, there are multiple advantages of doing business in Hyderabad, in Telangana, and we'll be very happy to guide you in every step and make your experience in India a highly memorable and successful one. Thank you very much.
テラガナ州政府産業商業局上席次官ジェイシュランジャン氏によるプレゼンテーションの概要をお伝えいたします。テランガナ州は2014年に誕生した新しい州です。州都はハイデラバードです。2018年、19年の成長率は 10.6% とインドの平均を大きく超えています。古くから製造業が盛んな地域でございますが、産業ビジネス促進に力を入れる政府がさまざまな政策を導入した結果、多くの製造業以外の産業も集まるようになってきています。中でもテランガナ州がインドの中央に位置し、またインド南部への玄関口に当たることから、多くの e コマース事業者が物流センターを設立しています。現在、ハイデラバードには25カ国の企業が創業しています。非常に国際的な雰囲気の保つ都市でもありますが、生活のしやすい都市ということでも有名です。さまざまな社会文化的インフラが整備されており、またこの国際テストの空気に惹かれてさまざまな人材が集まってきております。そのおかげで人件費が比較的低く抑えられているという利点もあります。また州政府は良好な労使関係が保てるように法律を制定しており、現在のところ進出した外資企業から、労使紛争の報告はあまり深刻なものを受けておりません。テランガナ州内にはすでに日系企業、三菱、ダイキン、日立、音響、パナソニック、ホンダパワー、また東芝といった事業者が、進出し、創業しております。テランガナ州は古くから製造業が盛んな地域ではございましたが、近年ではアジアの生命科学ハブを目指し、ライフサイエンスやまたは電子機器産業、そして電気自動車の製造、航空宇宙産業、繊維産業、また食品加工業などにも力を入れております。中でも食品加工業では日本の伊勢フーズが近年進出したことでも知られております。さらにスタートアップのエコシステムの整備にも力を入れています。インド国内最大のスタートアップインキュベーター施設 T ハブはハイデラバードにございます。日本の皆様にはすでに多くの日本企業がハイデラバード、テランガナ州には進出をしておりますが、他の皆様からの進出もお待ちしております。ハイデラバード、またテランガナ州での創業が素晴らしい経験になるように皆様をご支援していただきたいと思いますので、ぜひともお問い合わせをお寄せください。以上です。ありがとうございました。
Thank you, sir. Next, I would like to request Mr. Gaurav Gupta, Principal Secretary, Commerce and Industries, Karnataka, to give the presentation on investment opportunities in Karnataka.
Karnataka, please start. Karnataka, please start. Karnataka, please start your presentation. We are not able to see and hear.
Yes, I am just, I think I will be, give me 10 more seconds, 20 more seconds. Where is that? No, that is fine. You cannot start your video because the host has stopped it. That is one. Can you please start the video?
You need to start it.
No, but I cannot hard start it because apparently the host has stopped it. That's what the message is coming here. We were able to do it earlier, but yes, now it is permitted. Start my video. That is one. And then I need to do the slide share. Just hold on. Where is that? There. No, so then the files.
And you are appearing.
No, I'm appearing. Fine. But where is the file? Sorry, where is the file? Hey, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ರಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕಿ ಕೊಡಿ. What is the issue?
You may start to speak and
okay, fine.
You can use
I would speak. I would speak
share
because I
and
think there is some issue.
open
and,
your presentation in that.
Okay. Okay, fine. So Karnataka, you are able to understand or not? Yes.
Sir, please share. Please try to share your screen using the
where is the
video.
No, it is there on the screen.
Desktop, no?
Desktop. It's just from basic Microsoft Teams. It's here. Whew.
Yes. Open your presentation first, and then the green icon of share screen. Just click on that, so you'll be able to see your presentation. And then there will be a share button on the screen. You just need to click on that.
Huh?
Escape. Close it.
Close it.
Yes. This is not the presentation.
This one.
Yeah. Meanwhile, you can start speaking so that we save on time.
Yeah. Yeah, but it has to be.
It's showing.
No, it's showing here.
Just go there, and then we'll go to other things. Zoom. Go to Zoom now.
Go to Zoom.
Here. Let's go to Zoom. Okay.
Zoom ke tani. Fine. I think we are losing time, so I presume that I am being heard. Is it okay?
Yes, very much.
Okay, fine. So, so Karnataka is the $250 billion economy, and we are 66 million people. Karnataka is the tech capital of the world. Unfortunately, I'm not able to switch on the Zoom presentation, however. The Karnataka leads in terms of investments, in terms of innovation, and is known as the world's knowledge capital. It is the 4th largest technology cluster, and it is known to be a biotech center, the research and development capital of the India and this part of the world, and also boasts of number of tech parks and IoT startups and the patents and innovation industry. Karnataka is having number of policies to support the industrial development. We have a general industrial policy. The general industrial policy is supported by several sectoral policies, and these sectoral policies look into the issue of aerospace, agriculture, biotech, electronic manufacturing, aerospace, and number of others. Now, these policies are able to Is it coming on now?
Yes, yes. Please click on slideshow so that the full screen appears.
This one? Okay, fine. So yeah, I'm sorry for this. So this is, we started from here, the $250 billion economy, the first in investments for last number of years, first in terms of IT and ITS exports, and first in terms of innovation. Karnataka is also the knowledge capital of the country, the largest technology cluster, and in the world, not only in India, one of the largest in the world, the fourth largest, and with the Center of Excellence in AI and Data Science, with the patents and innovation, and with the IoT startups, with the biotech industries, with the research and development, and with the tech parks. In terms of policy initiatives, Karnataka is supported by the general industrial policy and also the sectoral policies. And the sectoral policies include the agri-business policy, the electronic policy, aerospace policy, and number of others. And number of incentives, as are generally prevalent in across other states also, are being given in Karnataka. In terms of investor friendliness, Karnataka offers the single window portal, the time-bound grievance handling, and also particularly for Japanese industries, there is Project Facilitation Committee, which is held on a regular basis, on a monthly basis, in which we are able to resolve problems of implementation hurdles pertaining to Japanese companies, if any. And at the level of a quarterly meeting, the Dialogue and Monitoring Committee meeting held by the Chief Secretary with participation from JICA and JETRO as well. In terms of infrastructure, Karnataka is boasts of perhaps one of the very successful airports, the Bangalore International Airport, and it has the Mangalore port, seaport, and also we are using the Chennai and Ennore port, and also the GNPT port of Mumbai for logistics purpose. I would also be very happy to mention that there was a direct flight from Bangalore to Tokyo, which was about to start on 29th March. But unfortunately, because of the COVID situation, it could not, and we hope that it will start in the near future again. In terms of the power infrastructure, Karnataka is a power surplus state, and also in terms of logistics ease also, it is a state which has been ranked pretty high, and we have the ICDs and container freight stations which support the logistics movement. In terms of quality of living, Karnataka is a state where you can have the richest of the culture together with very good experience for expatriates. It has been ranked consistently as among the best cities to live in. It is ranked as one of the most dynamic cities by JLL, and also boasts of number of golf courses and 5-star hotels and international schools. So the expats find it extremely easy to live here. And when they leave Bangalore, trust me, they feel that they are missing something. In terms of land bank, the state offers a ready land bank with a number of industrial areas, with internal roads, with power supply and lighting, the water supply, the skill development centers, and other infrastructure and common amenities. In terms of I would also like to especially mention 3 important developments. One is the integrated machine tool park, which has been set up. These are recent developments with the support from Government of India, about 529 acres of land, in which we are able to provide the best of the facilities required for the machine tool sector. And then there's a Japanese industrial township, specifically designed and built with the active cooperation of the Japanese industry colleagues. And this is also next to the machine tool park. And then we have another one, which is a node under the Chennai-Bangalore Industrial Corridor. Now, all of these are clubbed and they become some kind of cluster, which enable a lot of development to take place. So these are the 6 focus sectors. I would not dwell on all of them, but the key important ones are the ones relating to machine tools. The machine tool industry, 60% of the machine tool industry in India is in Karnataka, in Bangalore. And beside the high value engineering products, there's a high contribution in heavy engineering industry. It is the second largest producer of special purpose and heavy electrical machinery. And as I said about the machine tool production. So we have the machine tool industry park, which has been set up in Vasant Narsapura, which I briefly mentioned. And so therefore, for companies looking at machine tools and engineering sector, this is perhaps the best location. In terms of auto and electrical vehicles, we would like to say that we have the electric vehicle and energy storage policy, which is looking into the issue of electric vehicles. But if you are looking at conventional industry, Volvo, Toyota, Suzuki, Denso, and number of other Japanese companies are here. And in India, Karnataka is one of the leading states in terms of automobile production. In terms of aerospace, this is aerospace and defense is another important cluster for us. And the first of the aerospace policy in India was here. More than 50 to 60% of India's aerospace design and manufacturing and sourcing happens from Karnataka. And in terms of defense, we have a number of defense labs. The ISRO is present here. So if you're looking into space sector investments, this is the place to be. And then we have aerospace special economic zones, not only around Bangalore, but also in Belgavi, which is in the north part of Karnataka. In terms of biotechnology, the next important sector is biotechnology and pharma. India's first biotech policy was launched here. It is still a very important hub. 60% of biotech companies in India are in Karnataka, and almost 1/3 of exports also takes place from here. In terms of pharma, we have pharma special economic zones. 10% of India's pharma happens in Karnataka, and Bangalore and Mysore are the major hubs for medical devices. And that is also a very important sector which we are supporting. In terms of electronic system design and manufacturing, we are housed to more than 85 chip design houses. Electronic manufacturing is very important. Beside the design, electronic manufacturing is very important. And we have more than 40% share in design and 50% in electronic products. There is an intelligent electronics park which is coming up, and this is a place which is the headquarters for Indian Electronics and Semiconductors Association. It is the All India headquarters is based in Bangalore, considering the critical importance of this. We are also setting up integrated ESDM clusters at places around Bangalore and also near Mysore. In terms of startups and innovation, Karnataka is the place to be. More than 1/3 of India's startups are there in Karnataka. And there are a number of schemes which have been taken up with the support from government in terms of funding, whether it is venture funding or whether it is seed funding, and also in terms of infrastructure, incubation centers, and a number of other benefits. I would also like to finally mention the presence of Japanese industries in Karnataka. There are 529 Japanese companies, 224 of them in Bangalore. There has been a 5-fold increase in the number of Japanese industries over the last few years. We are closely working with JICA, JETRO, and others. Toyota, Honda, Toshiba, Mitsubishi, Denso, Hitachi, Mitsubishi Hitachi Power Systems, Toyota Textiles Machinery, and number of others are present here. And we are proud of the presence of Japanese industries here. We have worked hard to create the kind of infrastructure which is required for them. And we are regularly interacting with them, as I mentioned, through our project facilitation committee and dialogue and monitoring committees. Another very important development is the Japanese Industrial Township, which has been again made custom built for the Japanese investors. It has not only the cement concrete roads, power supply and cabling, which has been world class, but also we have expert-friendly facilities and common facility centers, which will be available for investments. And this facility is already up and running. It is not on design stage. We have made a presentation before His Excellency, the Ambassador of Japan to India last year, and before the presence of number of Japanese companies' chief executive officers. Lastly, the issue regarding the skilling. We have more than 1,700 ITIs, 290 polytechnics, and a number of institutions of eminence like the Indian Institute of Management, Indian Institute of Science, National Institute of Design, and others, engineering colleges, universities. And I would like to mention that Karnataka ranks very high in terms of labor productivity. We are working with very flexible kind of work conditions, including night shifts for workers and also fixed term employment in response to the needs of the industry. And in terms of disruption because of industrial disputes, Karnataka is one of the lowest in the entire country. There's absolutely no disturbance because of industrial disputes. So thank you so much. I was a little rushed because of the initial problems, but I am so happy to be here interacting with all of you. Thank the DPIIT and all the Japanese industry colleagues who are present here, the METI and the JETRO and number of other representatives. Thank you so much.
カルナタカ州政府産業商業局上席次官ゴーラブ・グプタ氏によるプレゼンテーションの概要をお伝えいたします。南インドの半島部分に位置するカルナタカ州は 9% を超える成長率を持つインドで最も急成長している州の一つです。州都ベンガルールはインドのシリコンバレーと呼ばれています。そのグローバルな魅力ゆえに、フォーチュン500企業のうち400社が同州に拠点を構えています。インドの知識の中心地であるカルナタカ州には、インドの研究開発センターの 44% があります。世界経済フォーラムはカルナタカ州を世界のイノベーションハブのベスト4に入ると評価しています。州の重点分野には工作機械、自動車、EV、航空宇宙、防衛、バイオテクノロジー、製薬、ESDM、イノベーションを強みとする新興企業などが含まれています。州政府はスタートアップ促進のために航空宇宙、アグリビジネス、バイオテック、インフラ、ICT などの分野別政策を策定しています。また、インドの州として初めてアニメーション、視覚効果、ゲームやコミック、いわゆる AVGC に特化した AVGC 政策を発表しています。 さらに産業を促進するエコシステムの構築にも積極的に取り組み、ビジネスのしやすさを優先する環境、申請や認可を円滑化するための一本化された窓口、日本企業の利益のための特別な監視メカニズムなどを提供しています。州内には即時分譲が可能な産業用地が豊富にあります。さらに廃棄物管理施設や電気や水など高品質なインフラを備えた産業団地を提供しています。カルナタカ州にはいくつもの日本企業が進出しており、長い付き合いの歴史があります。この関係を土台に私たちは州都ベンガルールの近くにあるトゥマクルに日本企業専用の工業団地を開発しています。日本企業の皆様の入居をお待ちしております。以上です。
Thank you, sir. 続きまして、JETROベンガルール所長、鈴木隆様より、インドイノベーションの最先端、テランガナ州とカルナータカ州についてご講演いただきます。鈴木様、よろしくお願いいたします。
はい、よろしくお願いします。JETROベンガルール事務所の所長をしております、鈴木と申します。今日はもう本当各州から非常に細かい説明が、行われた後なので、ちょっと最初に、なんですかね、ちょっと違う視点で、お話をさせていただくのと、あと私の、ベンガルール事務所が管轄をしておりますカルナタカ州、それからテランガナ州、この2州の概要をちょっとお話をしたいと思います。ただこのインド全体の今の状況というところでは、コロナウイルスの、蔓延、本日時点で21万人、も出てしまっていると。私の管轄するこのカルナタカ州、テランガナ州、それぞれまだ、例えばカルナタカで3800名、テランガナで2800名ということで、ラッキーなことにこの辺りの地域はまだそれほどひどい状況にはなってないんですが、インド全体の状況というのは非常に心配される、状況が、始まりつつある。当然その日本の企業様から、インドへの投資というのを考えたときにですね、このコロナの収束というものがもう大前提になっている状況だというふうに思います。ここで一つ宣伝ですが、JETROのホームページの方にですね、日々の、コロナ関係のいろんな情報、これを毎日、アップしております。インドも毎日のように制度変更がある国ですので、ぜひこういったもの、ニュースもですね、ウォッチしていただいた上で、ポストコロナの、取り組みというものをぜひ今後検討していっていただければというふうに思います。日本の方でのこのポストコロナという話もいろいろニュースで見るようになりましたけれども、キーワードとしてよく聞くようになってきたのがデジタルトランスフォーメーション、もしくはイノベーション、それからグローバルサプライチェーン、そんなキーワードをよく聞くようになりました。よくよく考えてみると、この2つもしくは3つのキーワードというのは、まさに日本とインドのビジネス関係を考えたときに、今後ものすごく重要な課題になっていくと。まさにその、項目と、全く一致しているというふうに思っています。その意味では、JETROも、一昨年ぐらいからですね、こういったデジタルトランスフォーメーション、それからイノベーション、それからもっと言うと、インドからの、輸出と、こういったところにいかに日本の企業の皆さんが、絡んでいっていただけるかというようなところで取り組みを始めております。一つちょっとスライドをご紹介しますけれども、JETROインドのイノベーションスタートアップ取り組みということで、ここベンガルールのJETRO事務所が中心になって取り組みを進めております。さまざまな日印企業の連携推進、そしてそのビジネスの場所はインド市場に限らず、日本の市場だとか、アフリカだって、アジアだって第三国の市場も狙っていくような形での連携を推進する。それからいろんな研究開発、こういったものを例えばインドのスタートアップだとか、インドの立派な学校がたくさんありますので、こういったところと一緒に進めていただくような橋渡し、そしてインドには優秀な人材がたくさんいらっしゃる。こういった高度人材をどんどん日本の企業の方で採用していくようなところのお手伝い。またいわゆる投資分野でもですね、ベンチャーキャピタル、それからコーポレートベンチャーキャピタル、さまざまなイノベーション活動にこういった投資の活動を始められている日本企業さんに対して、インドのスタートアップをご紹介するような、こんな取り組みを行っております。 で今日ご紹介するこのベンガルール、もしくはカルナタカ州、それからテランガナ、これはこの分野で非常にリーディングステートだということが言えると思いますけれども、ちょっと目を広げてみれば、例えばケララ、こういったところにも IT 関係の活動を始められている日産さんのような企業もいらっしゃる。タミルなどにもやはりそのような観点での産業の集積があるということではですね、この南インドという地域をこういったキーワードでぜひ見ていっていただく。こういうことも重要だというふうに思っています。はい、これ以降は、先ほど、細かい説明があったカルナタカ州、テランガナ州の、説明のちょっと補足を簡単にしていきたいというふうに思います。まずカルナタカ州、ですけれども、特にベンガルールですが、他のインド都市には存在しない快適な気候、自由な飲食文化、というふうに書きました。今日の実は天気も非常に良くて、カラッとして爽やかで、朝も20度ぐらい、北の方では50度までなんか暑くなっているという話聞きましたけれども、非常に住みやすい場所です。それからインドは例えばお肉がなかなか食べれないとか、お酒がなかなか入手できないなんていうようなことも結構多いんですが、このエリアについてはそういうこともなく非常に自由な、活動ができるというような意味では非常に日本人向きの場所ではあるということが言えると思います。これはちょっと市内の様子をちょっと写した写真なんですけれども、例えばインド人にとってはご法度な牛肉、こういったものを出すようなレストラン、それから日本人が行っても全く遜色ないような、立派なスーパーマーケット、それから最近地ビールを出したりするレストランも流行ってますし、日本食レストランも、グルガオンにはかないませんが、相当の数ができてきているということです。あと、いわゆる e コマース、それからデリバリーとかです、電子決済、特にこのベンガルールの市内はこういったサービスが非常に充実している。私も実はこのロックダウン始まってから2ヶ月以上、自宅からの勤務みたいなのを続けていますけれども、スマホ一つあればなんとか生活が維持できるというようなことも言えると思います。あとこの街中のインフラなんですけれども、ここにはちょっとメトロの新設みたいなことを書いてますけれども、とにかく我々一番困ってたのは渋滞でした。こういったところのインフラの整備、非常に期待されるところですけれども、ある意味では経済成長のシンボルということもあり、非常に伸びているということの象徴でもあると思います。あとこれはちょっとあえて載せたスライドなんですが、実はこの4月からJAL さんがこことですね、成田空港をつなぐ直行便を飛ばす予定だったんですけれども、残念ながらこのコロナの状況で延期になってしまいました。ただこの JAL さん、飛び始めればですね、それがそのインドと日本にとってのポストコロナの始まりだというふうに私は認識してますので、非常に楽しみをしております。この後のスライドはゴラフさんの説明にもありましたので、ちょっと飛ばしていきたいと思います。そしてテランガナ州です。テランガナの方、特にハイデラバードですけれども、最近のさまざまな、統計みたいなものですね、例えば世界で最もダイナミックな都市、1位がハイデラバード、2位がベンガルールなんていうアメリカの調査があって、あと私にはインドに6年間駐在している同僚がいたんですけれども、彼曰くインドの各都市の中で行くたんびに様子が変わっているのはハイデラバードですというような話を聞いたことがあります。そのぐらいさまざまなことが変化し進んでいる、そういう街だというふうに思います。先ほどのランジャンさんの説明にもありましたけれども、広大な土地、安価な生活費、こういったものを利点としてさまざまな多国籍企業、こういった人たちを誘致しているということでは、R&D 拠点をどんどん作ってもらい、イノベーションの拠点になり、さらにさまざまな産業を誘致すると、そういうポリシーを彼らからは感じています。まさにJETROの理想的な進め方だとも思っています。このあたりにはその各多国籍企業の進出状況みたいなのを載せていますけれども、オフィス需要の増加率もですね、前年比 82%、これはポストコロナの時ですけれども、ものすごい勢いで今オフィスビルが立ち始めている、そういう状況です。 例えばこの1年間ぐらいの間にどのぐらい多国籍企業がいろんな進出してきたり、その拠点を大きくしたりということで、リストを作ってみましたけど、アメリカの企業、中国の企業、いわゆるハイテク企業がボンボン拠点を作っているという意味では、やはり日本の企業もこういった分野の取り組みを検討していくべきなんじゃないかというふうに思います。あとは、テランガナ市の日系企業ということで、東芝さん、日立さん、こちら、例えば東芝さんは、このハイデラバードからアフリカに輸出したりもしているということで、非常にインドの中では、新しい取り組みをされている企業さんだと思いますし、日立さんの方はいわゆるグローバル、拠点ということで、日立グループ、世界のですね、こういったソフトウェアの開発をやられているような企業さんです。こういった企業をぜひ増やしていきたいなと思います。あと最後に一つだけご紹介したいんですが、JETROの方でですね、このインド高度人材の採用支援というものを行っておりますが、特にこのハイデラバードでは、インド工科大学、ハイデラバード、こちらと協力してですね、ジョブフェア的なイベントを過去2年行っております。今年こういうコロナの状況でどうしようかと思ってたんですけれども、ネット形式の、なんていうんですかね、ウェビナーのような、今日のような形で、ちょっとこの同じようなジョブフェアのイベントを、この9月ぐらいにやってみようというふうに思ってますので、こちらをぜひまた皆様にもご案内したいというふうに思います。はい、私からは以上です。ありがとうございます。
I'd like to give the brief summary of the presentation by Mr. Takashi Suzuki, DG JETRO Bengaluru. JETRO Chennai closely works, JETRO Bengaluru closely works with the state governments of Karnataka and Telangana with an aim to promote partnership between Japanese companies who have strength in hardware and Indian startups, research institutions, and IT personnel whose strengths lies with the creation of innovative software. He complimented the presentations by Karnataka state government by stressing the active engagements by the state government in inviting foreign investment. He introduced a progressive attempt at the JETRO Chennai and JETRO Bengaluru and Karnataka state government joined to promote the Project Facilitation Committee or PFC. Mr. Suzuki introduced Telangana as the youngest state in India, having the strong desire for the growth. In addition to Japanese companies, a large number of multinationals in various industrial sectors, from retail to manufacturing, have set up establishments in the state or in and around Hyderabad. He shared it with the audience that the demand for the office spaces in Hyderabad increased by 82% compared to the previous year, making it an attractive investment destination for Japanese developers. Mr. Suzuki explained that as a part of their activity in promoting collaboration between Japan and India, JETRO supports Japanese companies that seek to recruit Indian talents by jointly organizing a recruiting event called Japan Day with IIT Hyderabad. In the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic, they considered about postponing the event this year, but they decided to organize the Japan Day this year in the form of a webinar. And Mr. Suzuki invited the audience to visit their homepage to check the latest information about the COVID-19 related news and the changes in the government policies on their homepage so that they can consider the business strategy in the post-COVID-19 era by visiting their homepage. Thank you.
鈴木様、ありがとうございました。Lastly, I would like to request Ms. Mona Kandar, Minister, Economic and Commerce, Embassy of India, Tokyo, to give the presentation on post-COVID-19 and closing remarks.
(1997). It recovered rather faster during global meltdown in 2008. January and February data of this year show that it bounced back after liquidity issues in 2018 and 19. Therefore, there should be no doubt that it will also sail through COVID-19 pandemic, as its CAGR over 25 years for GDP and market capitalization has been over 10%. Indian growth story has been a mix of big bang reforms like goods and service tax, insolvency and bankruptcy code, and economic stimulus. Process of recovery from COVID-19 began with an initial measures worth rupees 1.7 trillion announced on March 26. It includes payment deferrals, lowering of tax rates, revising performance criteria for firms to take care of their balance sheet issues. Financial measures are taken to alleviate economic pains at micro level. It also includes positive measures like promoting online education and formulation of public sector enterprise policy. So again, it has been both a mix of reforms and stimulus. For tackling the issues of drying down liquidity, booster dose of liquidity is injected by Reserve Bank of India by emergency credit lines and working capital enhancement for public sector banks, special liquidity scheme and partial credit guarantee schemes for NBFCs, and liquidity injection for discoms. Policy repo rate is reduced by 115 basis points. Targeted long-term repo operation of rupees 2 trillion is carried out. Cash reserve ratio is reduced by 100 basis points. Liquidity coverage ratio reduced from 100% to 80%. These measures have infused additional liquidity of rupees 5 trillion. Rebooting of Indian economy has begun with a series of measures announced in third week of May by Government of India as self-reliant Bharat stimulus package of about rupees 21 trillion, which is 10% of GDP, spanning across the sectors. Agribusiness has got a major fillip through additional credit lines, agri-infrastructure, strengthening value chains of horticulture, fisheries, and dairying. A big bang reform in agri-marketing by allowing contract farming and removing market regulations will unleash growth and development in primary sector. Equity infusion, debt financing, credit lines, and e-market linkages have been opened up for MSMEs. Financial support is extended to other businesses. Major reforms here include scaling upward the definition of medium and small enterprises, decriminalization of Companies Act, and enhancing ease of doing business in throughout the country, even at district level. For boosting Make in India, measures like fast-track approval of FDI through empowered group of secretaries, a project development cell in each ministry for designing investable projects, and incentive schemes for champion sectors are going to be announced. Power sector reforms are carried forward by devising power tariff policy to recognize consumer rights and promotion to industries such that inefficiencies are not transferred to them. Indian space sector, having global reputation, is opened up to private sector now. There will be a liberal geospatial data policy. Social sector will be supported by higher VGF and other funding. Continuing big bang reforms, coal mining is liberalized for private sector entry with a revenue sharing formula. There will be a composite exploration, mining, production scheme for minerals. Aerospace sector will get a boost for MRO ecosystem and development of world-class airports through public-private partnership. Atomic energy and defense sectors are further opened up. Stimulus measures are anchored to reforms such that it ensures higher GDP in future to provide additional fiscal space. In addition, financial support to targeted households and social security benefits have given us the confidence to return to normal economic activities and day-to-day activities, barring micro-containment zones, as our recovery rate of COVID-19 improved from 11% to 48% and fatality rate reduced from 3.3% to 2.8%. India's tax structure is overhauled to attract more foreign direct investment. The corporate tax is slashed by half to 15%. Now it is one of the lowest in the world. Dividend distribution tax has been withdrawn mainly on the request from Japan. Custom duty and tax stimulus provided for promoting Make in India in sectors like electronics, mobiles, medical devices, pharmaceuticals, and other sectors. India is constantly improving its investment environment as its position in global ease of doing business ranking surged to 63rd in 2019, rising by 79 ranks in 5 years. It is 52nd in Global Innovation Index, rising by 29 places, and it holds 44th in Logistics Performance Index, rising 10 places. Organizations like Invest India have been set up to provide end-to-end facilitation for foreign direct investment. India has the unique advantage of combination of low-cost skilled workforce on one hand and creative brains with risk-taking abilities that lead innovation and startup globally on the other hand. Such a range of human resources is found only in India. Demographic dividend, where 65% of Indian population is below 35 years of age, is an added advantage. Skill India initiative will skill about 400 million persons to adapt to Industry 4.0. Under Industry 4.0, manufacturing is estimated to rise from 13% to 25%, making India smart factory of the world by 2022. Telecom, artificial intelligence, and Internet of Things are some of the important growth engines. India has one of the largest startup ecosystems. This sector is Government of India's priority to provide comprehensive support. For funding, rupees 100 billion fund of fund has been set up, and provision is made for early stage funding and tax incentives. Policy for data center parks, technology and knowledge translation clusters, national mission on quantum technology and application have been announced. Platform like IndiaStake is similar to internet, on which applications are developed and connected through interoperability, thereby boosting startup and innovation further. Due to these developments, India has evolved from an outsourcing hub to research and development hub with more than 1,400 research and development centers employing 900,000 professionals by almost all multinationals in the sector, including some well-known Japanese names like NEC, Rakuten, and Sony. The latest startup report brings out that India is a startup nation in making. India has built 10 international bridges, market entry support, and cross-border exchanges. India has given a major boost to infrastructure and logistics by announcing $1.4 trillion India infra pipeline policy for next 5 years, covering more than 6,500 infrastructure projects. National logistics policy aims at reducing logistics cost from 14% to 10%, giving further boost to Make in India and exporting from India. This development will further leverage India's unique human resources. Changing face of India can be seen in newly created infrastructure of airport and express highways on the right side. Considering other advantages like democracy, rule of law, strategic location, and others, India is rated as a top destination for foreign direct investment by Bloomberg, Media, and JBIC. Indo-Japan friendship has led to Japan-specific facilitation like Japan Industrial Townships, Japan-India Institute for Manufacturing for sector-specific skilling of Indian workers, sector-specific bilateral dialogues. Indo-Japan Industrial Competitiveness Forum is specifically set up to promote India's manufacturing and export capabilities. Official Development Assistance Program by JICA for laying infrastructure and other programs in India is another example of growing Indo-Japan bilateral relationship. Indian subsidiaries have outperformed parent companies in terms of revenue, net profit, and internal rate of return. So I wish this webinar and participants all the success to create a win-win situation for both the sides, leveraging Japan's technology and India's human resources. Take care, stay safe. Dhanyavad, arigato gozaimasu.
インド大使館商務経済商務担当講師モナカンタールによるプレゼンテーションの要約をお伝えいたします。インド経済は1990年以降、さまざまな経済的混乱を乗り越え、弾力性と力強さを証明しています。インド経済はまた新型コロナウイルスの世界的感染拡大をも乗り越えていくことでしょう。過去25年間の GDP および時価総額の年平均成長率は 10% 以上となっています。新型コロナウイルスに関しては、インド政府は GDP の約 10% に相当する21兆ルピー規模の自立したインドと名付けた政策策を発表しました。これはメイクインインディア政策の促進を通じ、国内製造部門の自立性を目指すものです。また、各種支払いの猶予や税制対策に加え、企業向け、家庭向け、そして州政府向けの支援を多数導入、さらに新型ウイルス感染拡大防止対策費の拡大などが盛り込まれています。今回の刺激策では、電気料金の見直しや社会インフラ強化、会社法の非刑罰化といった各種改革法案が合わせて実施されます。さらに新型コロナウイルス対策に伴う財政支出増加を補うため、GDP 成長を大きく促進する可能性はある防衛や航空宇宙、工業、原子力といった産業部門への参入要件を緩和するほか、5兆ルピー規模の流動性注入策も実施します。インドは投資環境を常に改善しており、2019年のビジネスのしやすさランキングでは79位上昇し63位となりました。メイクインインディア政策を推進するため、課税の枠組みを改正しております。法人税は5割引き下げられて 15% となり、世界で最も低い税率となりました。配当税も主に日本からの要請を受け撤廃されました。スタートアップ部門は資金調達、政策的支援、エコシステムへの支援など包括的な投資を受け、スタートアップ立国を実現しようとしています。また、今後5年間に実施される100兆ルピー規模の投資により、インフラと流通網を大々的に強化していきます。インドはブルームバーグ社と日本の国際協力銀行によって最も好ましい直接海外投資先と評価されています。外国企業のインド子会社は収益や純売上、内部収益率において親会社を上回る業績を上げています。日本に特化した促進策に加え、特別に建設された日本企業専用産業団地、インド人労働者を対象とした分野ごとの技能向上を目的とした日本式ものづくり学校、分野ごとの2国間対話、インニチ、産業競争力フォーラム、JICA によるインフラ開発などの政府開発援助プログラムもあります。本日のウェビナーにご参加いただきました参加者の皆様の成功を祈るとともに、今回のウェビナーを通じて、日印双方にウィンウィンの関係が創出されることを祈りつつ、終わりの挨拶としてさせていただきたく思います。ぜひ日本の技術、インドの人材を活用して、ウィンウィンの関係を作り出していただきたいと思います。皆様の安全と健康をお祈りしております。以上です。
Thank you, Madam. 質疑応答の時間ですが、時間が押しているため、今回は割愛させていただきます。なお、いただいた質問はパネリストより個別に回答させていただきました。As we are running behind the schedule, all the questions received by the participants have been answered from panelists directly. 以上をもちまして、本日のウェブセミナーは終了とさせていただきます。長時間にわたりお付き合いいただきまして誠にありがとうございました。Now we conclude the webinar. Thank you for your participation today.
You can say thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. I think we look good.
Thank you very much. ここからオンラインネットワーキングの時間とさせていただきます。このオンラインネットワーキングに参加される企業様は、お名前、会社名と製品名に続き、1、2分で自社の紹介をお願いいたします。参加者は、チャット機能を通して各自 B2B ミーティングを設定いただけます。Now we will have online networking session. In this session, we may request company to mention your name, company name, and product and introduce themselves in 1 to 2 minutes. Participants are free to contact these companies over online chat to schedule B2B meeting by yourself. First, I would like to invite Mr. Abdul Nazar, Kindness Technology India Private Limited.
Good evening all, Konbanwa. This is Nasser from Keynes Technology India Private Limited. We are an electronic design and manufacturing service company based in Mysore of Karnataka. We already do have many Japanese customers like Hitachi-san, Toshiba-san, Koito-san, Terumo. So we are interested in improving our business relationship with other Japanese companies, and we are open for JV partnership also.